Good evening and welcome to Gladiators TV. My name's Gareth Bemister, your host and your commentator this evening for this evening's meeting. Something a bit different on Gladiators TV this evening. We are here for the British Under-21 qualifier this evening. Individual racing, no team racing like we usually see here at Gladiators TV, and it's a Tuesday evening, and as you can see, the weather is glorious. No doubt the work's been going into the track all day to make sure it's in tip-top form for this evening's meeting, and this is always an exciting one. The top 8 will go through to the final, and really all of the boys that are in the pits are talking about getting into that top 8. Nobody's particularly concerned with getting themselves into winning positions. I think they just want to progress at this point. Talking to the lads in the pits, they're all young, they're hungry, they're ready to race. They've had, lots of them have had lots of experience this season already at various different stages of their career. It really is a meeting that shows us how some of this British talent is coming along. So we're looking forward to that. I think we're going to head to the pits now, where I took some interviews earlier and spoke to some riders. So we'll go over there now and we'll hear some of the thoughts of some of the competitors for this evening's meeting. Now we've got home favourite this evening, Ben Trigger's with us. Ben, you must be really excited about this evening. It's an individual event, so no team pressure. I'm sure you've got family and friends here as well watching this evening, and a chance for you to shine instead of the team. Yeah, definitely. You know, being based in Plymouth, obviously I've got a lot of people around me, and you know, it's nice. I was saying earlier, it's nice to come to Plymouth and it not be a championship meeting or a team meeting. You know, I can kind of go out do my own thing, and yeah, I mean, today's obviously it's a big day. We all want to qualify for that final, but ultimately I want to finish on top of that step, the top step, and that's what I'll be aiming for. Yeah, well, I mean, your form's been good, Ben. You must be pleased with how things have gone so far. You've been well in amongst the points at home, but also away as well. At Poole, you scored a fair deal of points. Yeah, definitely. I've had, well, a really good start to the season. You know, I can't complain with it, and no, I'm scoring close to double figures, and you know, if I keep going the way I am, I'm sure it won't be long until I do hit double figures. But yeah, on a personal note, I've started the season strong, and I'm definitely looking forward to you know, continuing that on and finding some consistency in doing so. So this evening, racing against a whole load of lads that are your age or around about your age, does that add a different element to racing? Not really. I mean, I guess well, a lot of them I've kind of grown up riding with, you know, through the British youth systems. But no, obviously I take it as any other meeting. You know, I could have a top name in the championship, or I could come to it, and the race is a race, you know what I mean? I don't look at any different. I've got one job to go out there, and that's to go out and win, so that's what I'll be aiming to do. Well, good luck tonight, Ben. Obviously the home favourite this evening. I'm sure that the crowd will be fully behind you. Yeah, cheers, mate. So we're here with a rider in great form at the moment, 15-year-old Cooper Rushen's with us. Evening, Cooper. Now, we've just been talking before we came on. Your season, it started really, really well, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been a great start, definitely. You know, I said to Gareth off camera, we've got a lot to learn yet. We're learning new things about the bikes every meeting, and how to ride them. Really, just testing everything we can. We've come off the 250s. They're different animals, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing and see what the future holds. Yeah, well, tonight obviously is a big yardstick for you. It's the British Under-21 qualifier. Yeah. It's a track you've raced before. It's a different track, isn't it? So it does pose a bit of a challenge for you this evening. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be good racing, hopefully. You know, we love these technical tracks sometimes. This allows the boys to change it up, for, you know, going from big to small, and yeah, it's just another setup and another track to get used to, especially on the 500. So we'll just give it all we got, and don't get it wrong, it'd be amazing to qualify, but you know, we'll just take things as they come and hopefully have a great day at the office is the plan. So you've been having sort of maximums and top rides at National League level. Surely you're quite surprised by how that's come about so quickly. Yeah, to be fair, I don't really know what I'm doing on the bike at the moment. Everything just seems to be kind of working at the moment, but we know Speedway can change so quickly, and we just got to keep grounded and keep learning about the bikes, and you know, trying different things and hopefully improving our speed even more. Yeah, let's hope so. Well, Cooper, it's great to have you here at the Coliseum this evening. Can't wait to see what you come up with, and good luck for a great night's racing. Thank you very much. So we're now with another one of the young riders for this evening, who is in great form at the moment. Will Cairns is with us. Evening, Will. Is this your first time down here at the Coliseum?
No, it will be my first time racing 500s around here, but it's not my first time practicing, or I've had a practice around here before.
Okay, so it's a bit in the deep end for you this evening, but you're in great form. Some big points for the Colts. You must be really enjoying that National League experience you're getting.
Yeah, you know, it is good, but it's just, you know, I could say when we go to number 1, it's not quite racing the number 7s, and you know, I'm not getting the big points and like the 7 rides like I was at the end of last year. But you know, I've moved up in the team now and still getting some good points. So looking forward to stepping up a league with championship and under 21s like today.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Everybody who knows you knows that you've got a big season coming up. You know, there's a lot of big things coming with Paul and everything else. So you know, you must be just gearing up for that at the moment. Yeah,
you know, it's kind of like had a long winter and train hard, and with Greg Hancock is on my team, so
wow. Yeah,
sorry,
there's a lot of cameras in your
face. So yeah, we're just trying to stay humble and just keep a level head and just take it as it comes.
So this evening, of course, it's the under 21 qualifier. The top 8 go through, but you know, to win the meeting would be good as well. What are you aiming for this evening? What's the aim?
Just to leave leave the stadium in the van and qualified, really. Obviously, it would be a nice start to the season to win it, but obviously you got some good boys here like Coops, Luke Killeen, Freddy, everyone. We're all here because we're the best, and may the best man win, I guess.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we'll have a great night this evening. It's great to see you down here at the Coliseum. I hope it all goes well, and who knows, we might be talking to you on the podium later.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Right, we're here with Luke Killeen, and Luke, big night tonight for the qualification for the under-21s. What are your thoughts at this point?
Yeah, you know, we were here earlier this year with the cheaters, and I struggled personally, but you know, I'm just looking at this point to pick up enough points and make it through to that final.
And you've done a lot of laps coming in here as well. You know, you're riding for Oxford, and it's going quite well. But that experience you've probably had a lot more time on the bike than some of these other lads.
Yeah, I'm finding my feet now, and the bike time's been a huge part of that. But no, we're getting there. I've just got to piece it all together tonight and make sure I can score enough points.
Now, obviously the riders here, a lot of them are coming from the National League. And yourself, you ride in the upper echelons of the sport. So, do you feel a little bit of pressure this evening to perform?
No, not necessarily. I think I'm more, just not trying to come here and win the thing necessarily. That would be a good bonus, but the main goal is definitely to qualify, and once I'm through, then we'll knuckle down. Yeah,
well, great stuff. You know, you've had some good nights here before, Luke, many times. So the weather's a bit more like Western Australia today. So hopefully you'll have a good night, and we'll see you doing your thing on the track.
Hopefully so. Thank you very much.
So let's have a look at this evening's lineup. 16 of the most talented teenagers and under-21s in this country at the moment come together today. So at number 1, we've got Stene PIJPER, Mickie SIMPSON at number 2, Luke Killeen at 3, and Senna SUMMERS at 4. Freddy HODDER is at number 5. Number 6 this evening is Sam McGURK. Jamie Etherington at number 7. Jack Shimelt is number 8. William Cairns is the number 9. And Max Perry, birthday boy this evening, he's at number 10. Ben Trigger, the local rider, with plenty of support for him here at the Coliseum, he's at number 11. Number 12 is Ashton VALE. The sensational 15-year-old Cooper Rushen at 13. Jody SCOTT at 14. 15 is Ace Pijper. And 16 is Ryan Ingram. 2 track reserves this evening. Harry Fletcher at 17. Charlie Southwick 18. So let's go down to the pits live now to see what's going on down in the pits. So welcome live to this evening's meeting here, the British Under-21 qualifier. You just caught us at the end of the national anthem there, and I'm not in the pits, I'm up in the commentary box, and joining me in the commentary box, I'm delighted to say, is the captain of the Plymouth Gladiators, Ben Barker's with us. Evening, Ben.
Good evening.
Welcome back to Gladiators TV. Whenever you have a crash, we call you up here again.
Yeah, that's it. And luckily, I'm too old to race in this event anyway, so it's not one I'm missing through injury.
Definitely not. So these riders are being introduced now to the crowd. We've gone through them earlier on as well, and certainly throughout the evening we'll be getting Ben's thoughts on some of these young riders this evening. We think that they're going to go off in 6s, so we've had those first 6 introduced. They'll go off now and have a look round the track, and we can have a bit of a talk about them. But this is always an interesting meeting, this, Ben, earlier in the season, and these lads here will all be really, really hungry, won't they?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this meeting is a big meeting in their calendar because, let's face it, they can't be British champion if they don't qualify. So they'll all be looking for qualification, top 8 go through. So there's a lot of spaces available. So it's all about continuously scoring points.
So we're just seeing all of these riders announced here, and it's great for me, Ben, from a personal point of view. A lot of these lads I've seen racing grass tracks when they were 5 and 6. And it makes me think of you in your yellow and red leathers all those years ago, racing around a grass track field.
Never know, I might be seen back on one again soon. But no, it's great. And, to see these boys coming from grass track, that's where all of the British youngsters used to come from. And hopefully it'll carry on producing great British youngsters.
Yeah, there is a real crop. They have got 6 of them going off now. So I did think for a minute there was 18 about to go around the track, but there is only 6 of them now. But I mean, there's some names we were sort of making predictions before, Ben, weren't we? But there's some real talent at the moment. There's some 15-year-olds actually that are very quick. And
that's it, and that's what we got to keep producing. Like the Poles and the Aussies, the Danes, the Swedes, they produce them year on, year out. And I mean, just looking at some of these guys do practice starts, they wouldn't feel apart from being in the championship.
Yeah, they're all obviously the Coliseum is a difficult track to race for several riders. Some of them have had some experience here already, others here for the first time, all really hungry and young. So it's very unpredictable, this sort of meeting. And
don't forget, they might have rode here before, but they haven't rode the new circuit.
Yeah,
that is a big thing. So, and it's a lot easier to ride now, which is a good thing. So hopefully we don't see any mishaps tonight and everyone gets on with the new Coliseum that Mark Phillips has done a great job doing over the winter.
Yeah, you've enjoyed it, Ben. You've that first meeting down here, you made sure you tested the banking up on the bends 3 and 4.
Yeah, it rides really well. Last year the banking was there, but they hadn't made the entrance to the corner how it needed to be, so you couldn't really use it. But now they've modified the entrance to the corner, you can now use the banking correctly, and I'm pretty sure there's some racy guys here today that will be up there and looking to get round.
Yeah, it takes some confidence to go round like that. I mean, you were the first to go round and do it up there. Not many others did it as well. But it'd be good to see if some of these youngsters have watched you on the live stream, maybe on Gladiators TV, and they give that big sweep round the outside a go. Ben Trigger's on the track at the moment. Obviously, he would have had the most laps around here.
Yeah, I mean, Ben will have done loads of laps. I know he was down here in the early in the season doing a lot of laps, just getting used to the new circuit because it is different for him as well. But ultimately, it is Plymouth, and he's done several hundred, maybe 1,000 laps around here.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got plenty of support as well. There's a few people here. Obviously, it's not a team match and not a Saturday either. It's a Tuesday, which is different. But a few people have turned out. Not the sort of crowd you normally get down here on a weekend.
No, we will say the crowd have been up this year, and they've been witness to some great meetings. We lost to Oxford, but then to beat Paul on our home soil after, unfortunately, I was ruled out after my second ride, although I shouldn't have really gone in it. It was a great meeting for us, and hopefully the people keep coming back.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying that to win even without you was a big boost as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what I said. I know they could say, oh, this happened, that happened, but we still had to win it. And I thought the boys dug real deep. Trigger beating Lewis Kerr in Heat 4. Joe Thompson beating Richard Lawson. A couple of great races.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed it, really. It sounded like a great night's racing. And but like we said, the crowds have been good down here. They have been good. Cooper Rushen. So he's out on the circuit now having a warm-up. He seems to be... there's a lot of excitement around Cooper at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going off what I'm seeing. I actually haven't seen him race live yet, and I'm really excited to do so. Cooper and William Cairns are two up-and-coming youngsters who are doing great things. So it'd be really nice to see them round here, because this is a really racy track, and if they have got that pedigree bit of racing in them, it'll be a great battle.
Yeah, it certainly will. We obviously caught up with both William.
Just see Dan Thompson there walking across the track. He must be...
So yeah, Dan's here with Ryan Ingram this evening.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's he's in great form this year.
Dan's doing great, and he had a great season here with Plymouth last year, and you know, that is nice seeing him down here helping another British youngster at his young age as well. I mean, he's already seeded to the final. So, no, that's great to see.
Yeah, definitely good to see that he's getting involved with Ryan down here. But he's but Dan Thompson, I mean, his form has just been, even for Ipswich and, you know, in the Premier League, I think he's raised a lot of eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Ipswich, I'll be totally honest, if you're in Ipswich's team right now, it'd be very easy to score points because everybody is petrified against going against them because they're so strong.
So a little bit of information, we are just about to stop the stream, so if you, we will go, and in about 10 seconds if you refresh your screen, and then we'll come back and hopefully we will be good to go in about 10 seconds. Yeah, maybe. Right, hopefully we're back now. Sorry, Ben, I interrupted you there. We were talking about this meeting this evening and Dan Thompson at Ipswich.
Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, Ipswich are a force to be reckoned with. I mean, they really are a scary outfit, and it would be nice to be in that Ipswich team now because everyone's petrified it going against them. So, and I watched last night Kings Lynn done a demolishing job against Oxford, which was another good display.
Yeah, good stuff. And yeah, I mean, the word on that Ipswich team, they just seem to be demolishing everything in their path at the moment.
Lovely to see young Ezra out here as well, having some laps. That's actually a family member of mine. He's the mascot of Plymouth, so it's lovely to see Ezra out having a ride, just waving to his mum and his sister there. So, and Barry Bishop there helping him.
Won't be long till he'll be out there, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a family affair. Speedway is a family sport, but the Gladiators and everything around it seems to be aimed that way as well.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you can't do it without it. And this is what we're trying to attract as well, is families, new families to the sport. You know, when we come here on a race night, on a Saturday night, we have the kids running race, and they love it. You know, the kids love the running race. The families get to go out on the track and walk around, and looks like the riders are now coming out for Heat 1.
Yeah, here we go. Heat 1 is coming on to the circuit, so it's a good chance for us to see our first youngsters in action here. We've got one of the pre-meeting favourites, I'd say, Luke Killeen, coming to tapes this time. He's obviously riding at a good standard across the country. So
yeah, I mean, last night he was on TNT Sports racing against Kings Lynn, and he was really putting in some hard work, and he comes off a gate 3 here.
So here is the lineup here then for heat number 1. Coming off a gate 1 in red, it's Stene PIJPER. Gate 2, we've got different names.
Gate 1 is Stene PIJPER.
Stene PIJPER.
Gate 2 is Mickie SIMPSON in blue. Gate 3 will be Luke Killeen, and Gate 4 will be Senna SUMMERS, which is the son of Aaron Summers, I believe.
Yeah, the pictures there threw me. I've never seen Chad Wertzfeld with hair like that. So.
That was exactly what I thought when I looked down as well. So we'll get that corrected. And so they're now coming up to tapes, and it'll who's going to draw first blood, as they say.
Yeah, what's this circuit? I mean, without giving away too much, Ben, this gate here, is there an advantage? I know you like heat gates.
You want to be off gate 1, to be fair, in heat 1.
So tapes up, away they go, and it's a good start for the rider in white, Luke Killeen. Luke Killeen gets right across the front of Mickie SIMPSON. It's Luke Killeen who leads down the back straight. Mickie SIMPSON's in that second, Stene PIJPER third, and away they go into lap number 2.
Yeah, it was a great start there by Luke, done exactly what he wanted to do. Mickie SIMPSON is there pushing him hard, and you got Stene PIJPER coming up at 3rd place. Luke is looking very good. He's been here already once this year and showing his track knowledge.
Yeah, he's got plenty of track knowledge around this place. I think it was just one of the first circuits that he ever rode in the UK, and he raised a lot of eyebrows that evening as well. So one more lap to go here for Luke Killeen, and I see Mickie SIMPSON's lost his steel shoe heading into turn number 1. Hopefully that won't stop him too much.
No, it's a really difficult thing, so hopefully he's going to keep it up on 2 wheels. But that's a great win by Luke Killeen. Mickie SIMPSON 2nd, Stene PIJPER 3rd. and Senna Summers bringing up the rear.
Yep, good display there from the hotly tipped Luke Killeen there. He takes heat number 1. So the official results then of heat number 1 was a win in white for Luke Killeen. 3 points to him, 2 points to Mickie SIMPSON in blue, 1 point to Stene PIJPER in red. No score for Senna Summers there in yellow. And the winning time, 54.25. 54.25.
Yeah, like I say, Luke will be very happy with that, getting off to a winning start. We was only talking before the meeting, 8 or 9 points will see you through, so he's a third of the way there already, so it's all about qualification this meeting, and the riders are now on track for Heat 2 already.
Yeah, Heat 2 here, and again, some youngsters here who have been going well for a couple of seasons. Freddy HODDER was actually in the meeting, the first meeting I commentated on down here against the for Bellevue Colts. And it was the first time I've seen him, and he's gone from strength to strength, Freddy. So he's in this one in red on the inside. So we'll have a look at these graphics in a moment, and hopefully I won't get completely confused this time, Ben. But yeah, you saved my bacon there last time.
It's interesting, these guys coming off where they are on gate 4, because where we would go would be right up by the fence, and they haven't quite seen that the ruts are there.
Oh, okay. So in this one then, heat in red off the inside is Freddy HODDER, Jamie Etherington off of gate 2 in blue, Sam McGURK off of gate 3 in white, and Jack Shimelt off the outside in yellow. So, of these riders, Ben, what many of these you've come across before?
The only 2 really I've dealt with is Freddy HODDER and Sam McGURK. And actually, Jack has helped me once up at Bellevue. Him and his dad, a very friendly pair of men, and they've helped me up at Bellevue, and they're pleasant enough. So I hope Jack does really good here.
Yeah, good stuff. And Jamie Etherington's a young lad who's coming up through the sport. Jamie's dad, Matt, used to race 350 grass track, really good 350 grass track rider. But Jamie's taken to the speedway like a duck to water. So here we go then with heat number 2. Takes up, away they go. Jamie Etherington lifts violently coming off the start. But it is Freddy HODDER that leads going into the turn. He's followed by the rider in white, Sam McGURK. Jamie Etherington, after lifting on the start, has settled into that 3rd place ahead of Jack Shimelt.
Yeah, another great start there by Freddy. Made the start, made the first corner his own, and looking really good out front.
He is looking very stylish here, Freddy HODDER, and just the rider in white. He's trying out a few different lines there, the rider in white. Sam McGURK, he had a go at, I think the bike lifted, and also Jamie Etherington looking quick in that 3rd place, but at the moment, nobody able to make any ground on anybody else.
No, and Jamie Etherington has just come to grief there, and he's trying to get up and clear the track, but the red lights have come on, but I'm pretty sure that this race will be awarded as the riders were on their last lap. But Jamie's up and all okay, which is good to see.
Yeah, that is good to see, and they were on the last lap, so we assume it will be awarded. We will await confirmation of that, but Jamie Etherington, he looked a little bit lively coming into bend 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, he did, and a couple of times they got into trouble going in up there, so I'm not sure if there's a little spot up there, but I'm pretty sure the track will turn over if that is the case and make really good racing.
Yeah, let's hope so. So the result then of heat number 2, it was a win in red for Freddy HODDER, 3 points to him. 2 points to Sam McGURK, the rider in white. 1 point there to Jack Shimelt in yellow. No score for Jamie Etherington in blue after that fall. There was no winning time as the race was awarded after 3 laps. So we hotly tipped Luke Killeen and he won. We hotly tipped Freddy HODDER and he won. So we're doing all right so far.
This is going to be a tough one though. This one isn't. This could go any way. I say. You've got young Max Perry on his 18th birthday today, I believe. You've got William Cairns, Ben Trigger and Ashton VALE. So this is going to be a hotly contested first corner, to say the least.
Yeah, we certainly are looking forward to this one. There's some real quality in this race with William Cairns, who seems, the first time I've seen William Cairns, he's been going quite well for the Bellevue Colts, but he did talk about the pressure of being at number 1 for the Colts.
I always say it's a different ball game. Going from number 7 to number 1, because it's a heat 15 in every heat, and you meet the number 1 and 5 3 times in a night, so it does become really tough.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go then. Here is the lineup for heat number 3. Off of gate 1 in red is Max Perry, Ben Trigger off of gate 2 here in blue, and William Cairns there already in his Pirates Kevlars off of gate 3 in white. And off the outside here, Ashton VALE in yellow. So we've had a win there for Luke Killeen in white, and Sam McGURK had a decent start off of white as well, but Freddy HODDER made the most of it off the inside.
I do believe it'll be really contested by the 3 guys on the first corner here. Will be contested from the 3 guys on the inside. But this should be a really good heat to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And Max Perry on the inside. 18th birthday, as Ben mentioned today. Max has won World Championships as a youth grass tracker, and is now carving his name into a speedway
Did he
career.
win the trophy that I won? Is that the one?
Maybe. He may have done, yeah. He might have done. So here we go then with heat number 3. And tapes up, away they go, and it is the riders from the middle. It is William Cairns in white who leads. Ben Trigger settles into that second place. Max Perry is holding off the rider in yellow for that third place, but it's a perfect start here for Cairns.
Yeah, William made a great start there from gate 3. Trigger nearly got there, but didn't quite. Just slotted in for second place. And you got Max Perry in third, and Ashton VALE bringing up the rear, but they're all working hard, try and get used to the track for later heats.
Another one that seems to be quite spread out here. They're all trying to find their way around this circuit and find their best lines. I'm assuming that they'll go back to the pits, start to change setups and things, and try to get on terms with each other. But William Cairns looks very impressive here. Yeah,
that's it. You know, it's all about finding a setup. This is a lot slicker than we've had it recently. There's a bit of dust flying already, but it's a great start by William Cairns. Ben Trigger with a good 2 points. Max Perry in third with Ashton VALE bringing up the rear. That was a great first corner there by William, I got to say. You know, come from gate 3, got his nose across Trigger and never looked back.
So then the results of heat number 3, it was a win in white for William Cairns. He gets 3 points. 2 points to Ben Trigger in blue, 1 point there for third, Max Perry in red. No score for Ashton VALE in yellow. The winning time there, 53.11, 53.11. And we have got 3 points then for William Cairns, and he joins Freddy HODDER and Luke Killeen with a first heat victory. So the crowd, that's all right, the crowd are being hyped. It distracted Ben. He was looking at what was going on in the crowd.
I was watching the announcer just trying to get the crowd going. We've got new announcers here on the infield at Plymouth this year, and it's a bit more of a buzz around the place, trying to make it a bit more fun, and they'll have a bit of fun now seeing Cooper Rushen come off of gate 4. That's only scored 1 point from 3 rides, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, this will be interesting because Cooper comes to the tapes with absolute bags of confidence. We heard from him earlier on. He's a very happy-go-lucky lad. He's really enjoying his speedway and getting into the speedway. So here we go then. Heat 4 is the first time we get a look at Cooper Rushen, but on the inside there trying to stop him will be in red Ace Pijper. In blue we've got Jody SCOTT in gate 2. Gate 3 in white is Ryan Ingram, and then Cooper Rushen off the outside here in yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. Like I say, I haven't watched Cooper in live yet at all. I've seen videos, and he looks to be going in the right direction, and he's got the old tassels.
Yes.
The old tassels, you know. I remember having them, and it's something I always thought about bringing back, but Cooper's killed it for me now. I can't bring them back because it's
you'd be copying him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Screeny was the last man, I think, to have them, and then Cooper's bringing back the tradition, and so yeah, it's lovely to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to see, and it's just interesting to see what these other lads are thinking here, because no doubt the Speedway World's eyes are on Cooper, given the points hauls he's done. But you've got 3 lads here. Ace Pijper's been going very well this year, both at Championship and in the National League. So it's certainly not going to be easy here as we look to heat 4. And tapes go up, away they go, and it's a slow start from the outside. But it is Ace Pijper who leads. Cooper Rushen immediately dives for that inside line, but look at Ace Pijper. He's made a fantastic start here, and Jody SCOTT is hotly after him.
Yeah, it's a great start by Ace Pijper, but you can just see, Cooper Rushen is down. Just got out of shape there, coming too hot and got all out of shape. So not the way that Cooper wanted to start, but he does look like he's about to get to his feet. He's just stuck under the air fence, which is good to see.
Yeah.
So this will be rerun.
He's had his airbag has gone off there, I think. So hopefully that saved him from any too much injury at all. But yeah, heavy fall, no doubt winded. And after that build up to begin with, I feel a little bit guilty that he's then gone and done that, but just trying too hard, I think, Ben.
No, that's it. You know, he got past one, then he was coming in hot. He was trying to round up Jody Scott, but at this young age, like I was a victim. I made these mistakes myself. Got to remember sometimes it's 4 laps. You know, settle down and pick up points in these events. But he looks like just getting to his feet. We're just struggling with the replays today, so not sure we're going to have a replay. But he just looks to be getting to his feet.
Yeah, so no replays this evening, but I don't like to see that too many times anyway. But yeah, Cooper's obviously taken a bit of a whack, so I'd imagine that he's quite winded over there. But he's young, he's 15, and I'm sure they bounce very well when they're young. And let's hope that he's not too deterred from that. He had an incident, was it yesterday, where he would have been on for a maximum, but unfortunately something went wrong in his first race, and he promptly went and won the next 4 races. So that sort of thing doesn't put him off, I don't think.
It's just good to see he's up on his feet now, which is, and I'm sure he'll come in, dust himself off, and hopefully we'll see him out later in the meeting.
Yeah, good.
He's actually in heat 5, so he actually has 2 on the trot, so he hasn't got much time to get in and get his breath.
Yeah, so you can see there his airbag's gone off. He hasn't got a really small head, and he's just managing to deal with that now, I think. But yeah, good to see that Cooper's up on his feet. That's the main thing. So the rerun then, I'm assuming, well, we haven't had official announcement, but Cooper's almost certainly excluded.
I did think I hear that announced, that Cooper's excluded to be rerun with the 3 remaining riders. So Ace Pijper will be really disappointed that race got stopped, because he made the best fist of the start and was out front looking good.
He's going very well. He is going very well.
Neil Vatcher there, which does a lot of work with the under-21 riders, just making sure Cooper was okay on the way in.
Yeah, we were talking about before, Ben, we were talking about a lot of these lads. Cooper, for example, ex-grass tracker. I say ex quite painfully. Hopefully we'll get him on a grass bike at some point. But it used to be the way that riders would come through the grass track. But now Neil and his team, they've worked very hard on this youth speedway programme, really.
But the problem, I feel they need the grass track.
Well, I do as well, but I'm biased.
No, I'm not biased at all. But I feel they need it because it doesn't have to develop your riding ability, riding the tracks when they're not perfect and things like that. Riding, the grass track really does bring that on.
If you can race a motorbike with cow poo and stones and everything else coming at you.
Yeah, there's Mitchell Cluff down there with Ben Trigger, just trying to help him a little bit. I'm pretty sure Ben will be listening and taking a bit on board. Mitchell's
obviously started. It's quite a tough start for him, but it is tough, isn't it, in this league, I suppose. I think we're about to get the start line up here, Ben, just before we talk about Mitchell. But so here we go, the rerun of Heat 4. No Cooper rushing off the outside, but Ace Pijper once again off the inside in red. Jody Scott off of gate 2 in blue, and Ryan Ingram here off of gate 3 in white. And yeah, Ace Pijper made a good start, but Jody Scott was all over him.
Yeah, that's it, and like what they need to do now, you need to remember it's a 3-man race, everyone's going to score points, and this meeting is vital for scoring points, so no silly mistakes. And if I said to Ben Trigger before the meeting, 5 second places you qualify, and that this meeting is about qualification.
Yeah.
Okay, it's nice to win it, but who talks about who won the British semi-final? No one.
Yeah.
They talk about who won the British final. So
yeah, get yourself there first and see what goes from there. So here we go then, the riders are under starters orders here for this rerun of Heat 4. Tapes up, away they go. Once again, Ace Pijper's made a good start off the inside. They're all together going into that turn. Ryan Ingram came across the front of Jody Scott. That's a great ride from Ryan Ingram.
Ryan Ingram made an absolute blinder of a start and nearly got to the corner first. It's only because they got a little bit connected they didn't. But Ace Pijper again got there. He's looking really good out front. And Jody Scott is now making a move up the inside of Ryan Ingram.
This is a tremendous ride here from Ryan Ingram. Ace Piper's looking brilliant out front, but Ryan Ingram is riding hard in that second place, trying to keep Jody Scott at bay. Jody Scott's a lot faster on that inside. Now he goes up the inside of him, but look at Ryan Ingram. He will not give up that second place. There's one more lap to go in this.
Jody Scott has just got through there. It's a great ride by Jody, really buying his time. But what we're going to talk about is Ace Pijper from the start, outgone, looked very, very good, I must say.
He really did look tremendous there, and a fighting spirit there from Ryan Ingram. Wasn't quite enough to hold Jody Scott at bay, who did look very fast in that second place as well. But yeah, Ace Pijper looking absolutely fantastic for the win there. Even though the eyes were on that second place battle, it was...
Yeah, you're correct. I mean, I thought Ryan done an absolute great job coming from gate 3 there. He got across everyone really, but kind of got a little bit connected with Jody, which took him past the corner. Otherwise, I felt we would have come out that first corner in front.
Yeah, the young lads all did brilliantly to stay on as well. They were absolutely locked together there, and we've seen so many people fall off on that first turn, but they all stayed on, which is great. So the result then of Heat 4, the rerun of Heat 4, it was a win in red for Ace Pijper. 3 points to him, 2 points there to Jody Scott in blue, 1 point to Ryan Ingram in white. No score there for Cooper Rushen. 53.55 was the winning time, and here are the rider scores then after the first set of heats, and all a bit straightforward at the moment, but Killeen, Hodder, Cairns and Pijper starting their evenings perfectly, Ben.
Yeah, that's how they want to go. I mean, you know, and even the guys who've got 2 points, like I say, 5 of them will keep them good. So we're just having a track grade now, and Gareth's going to go down in the pits, I believe. Yeah, so it was a great start for the meeting there, like we say, for Luke Killeen in Heat 1. Also, Freddy HODDER 2, William Cairns in Heat 3, and Ace Pijper in Heat 4. Just seeing what Mark is out there doing with the track now. I'm not sure if we've got that on video or not, but I'm just looking on the screen now. We have Max Perry on there. I was just going to say happy birthday to Max, but Mark is just out there taking a bit of the loose shale away, because it must have been a little bit of maybe where Coop. Looks like we're going over.
So down in the pits now, and we'll see if we can see what's going on down here. There's a lot of it looks like something may have been broken on Cooper Rushen's bike here, because there's some quite fierce banging and crashing going on that bike. Just trying to have a look. His dad Carl and the mechanic there having a look at that to see what's gone wrong. We'll try and stay out of the way of that a little bit, but yeah, good to see Cooper get up from that accident, but obviously the bike suffering a little bit. I wonder, we've got Ace Pijper here, who had a great win in his opening ride. I wonder if we can catch a quick word with Ace over here. Do you mind if we have a quick chat? Excellent. Ace, that was a great start. You twice made the start and off you went.
The first one it was good, but the second one I kind of missed it and had to put my nose through the middle. But yeah, the start was all right, as you were saying, but you know, the track is like a wee bit like a motocross track at the moment, so it feels like I'm riding grass track. But yeah, it feels like I've got plenty of speed, and yeah, I'll hopefully carry it on and see myself through qualified.
You look very confident out in front, to be honest. You look very smooth. Jody and Ryan got tangled up, and you almost got tangled up as well, but once you were gone, you were absolutely gone.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot different when you're in the front and you have fresh air. You know, you can go anywhere on the track you want, and yeah, it happened for me that time, but yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better on the bike after last week, and yeah, hopefully getting my own old form back, and well, I've still got 4 heats to go, so we'll see if I can carry it on, and if we do, then it should be a good evening.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Ace. Good luck for the rest of the evening. And yeah, all that grass track experience is coming in handy. No doubt Dad Theo will give him a few tips as well on that, given the fact that he's done a lot of grass as well. So the work still continues here on Cooper Rushen's bike. And I'm just going to have a quick look round the corner to see if the track grading is still on, because there are so many riders here this evening. We're used to a speedway meeting sort of falls into a pattern, a normal speedway meeting, but with this sort of thing, we're sometimes caught out, but it looks like everybody's still settled here. Jamie Etherington had a fall in his opening ride, but looks okay. He looks like he's fine, which is good to see. I wonder if we can just sneak in here and quickly talk to, I know we spoke to Luke Killeen earlier. But Luke had a great opening ride, so I'll just come in here a minute. Luke, do you mind if we have a quick chat again? I don't leave you alone, do I? Yeah, so I said to you before, the Kevlars look clean, and that was exactly what you had planned.
Yeah, it was nice to get a good gate and just hit the front and try and control the race from there.
And obviously it's the perfect start, but you must have been pleased with how that race went, but are there many changes to make? Did you feel anything on the track that surprised you?
I think this bike feels a bit easy coming in the corners at the moment, but we're just going to stay with it at the moment and see how the next one goes. Yeah,
perfect start, so you hopefully can build from this.
Yeah, that's the plan. 4 more steady races.
Steady races. Cheers, Luke. Have a good evening. Have a good one. And Luke's obviously delighted with his opening ride. William Cairns is the other rider that had an opening heat win. He's actually ready to go out in the next race. And there is water being put onto the circuit at the moment because it is warm this evening. So I think what I'll do is usually the water truck will disappear in a minute and we'll get on with racing. So I think at this point they're ready for heat number 5 here. So I'm going to dive back up to the commentary box and we'll get on with heat number 5.
Yeah, so I was just going over something Gareth was pointing out in the pits there. Cooper Rushen is actually running a belt drive, and what they would have been doing there would have been making sure that all of the shale was out of the belts and all of the chains, because the belts aren't so forgiving as the chains. And as we were saying, we're just watching Mark out now, just putting a little bit of water down, just to keep the dust down, hopefully to make better racing later in the meeting.
I'm back.
You're back.
Oh,
I was just talking about Cooper Rushen. What they were doing to his bike was cleaning the belt, because he's actually on belt drive, and they're making sure that there's no shale inside the belt and different things, because it's not so forgiving as a primary chain.
Right, yeah, I mean, it was some ferocious banging going on down there, but I came up here and there was about 7 or 8 riders stood up here, so they knew exactly where to hide.
Yeah, that's it. And what they were doing, they're probably looking, they've got a great view up here, down on the track, to see what Mark's doing. I see Cooper Rushen's got Henning Luth, an ex-rider, in his pits.
Ah, right, that's who the other guy was.
Yeah, that was
just here on the screen now.
That's Henning Luth
at
the back there, so they've probably picked him up on the way down through, as he's not too far away.
Yeah, so that bike looks good to go now for Cooper, so hopefully that'll all be fine. That's Mark Phillips driving the water truck. He seems to do everything here, Mark, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a one-man band, as I say, but no, he does a great job, and the development of this little arena, the Coliseum, over the past 3 to 4 years has been outstanding. We now got a new sponsors lounge here on the decking, and you can look out and have a great view. And if anyone's local in the area and want to hire it out for corporate events, it's a really good evening to be able to come and treat your customers to a good evening.
Yeah, I saw that you and Mark were on Argyle TV with the football this week, which is great for Speedway. I mean, it's great exposure.
Yeah, and do you know what? It was actually really good. I mean, I'm an Argyle fan anyway. But seeing the insides of it and what the media team go through on a match day, I don't even know how they fit us in, but it was brilliant to be there. Such a shame we've been relegated, but it was actually, we were relegated before we played effectively on Saturday. Went up to Preston and won, and still we're down, but we got Leeds at home this week, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, tough season to be an Argyle fan, but not a tough season to be a Thompson this year, because Dan's obviously updating somebody there, but he is a man on form this year, Dan Thompson. But Ryan Ingram as well was very impressive as we look towards heat number 5 here coming onto the circuit. And William Cairns there in yellow this time. It's not a great gate.
No, it's not, but they haven't gone where I've said what I was speaking to people on parade. When I walked the track with with William actually, Cooper and Ben Trigger, we were just kind of walking as a group, and I was kind of showing where that I would have gone off a gate. Cooper's, and if you look now, William Cairns is the only person to go there. There is a rut where he just kicked, and that is where you need to be.
Well, this will be interesting to see what happens here then with William Cairns off that outside, if he has chosen that.
No, he hasn't.
Rut.
I don't think.
He's gone inside it.
He's gone inside it. He needs to be another 6 inches further to the fence.
So here we go then with heat 5. We've got off of the inside in gate 1, Cooper Rushen this time, hoping to put to bed what happened last time. Gate 2 here, Stene PIJPER in blue, Freddy HODDER gate 3 in white, and William Cairns off the outside here in yellow.
I'm just hoping these riders have took note. There was a little bit of water gone down there, so it will be a little bit greasy, so you don't need to be backing it into the corners. You need to be coming in a little bit more off the gas so we can to keep control of the front wheel, because otherwise the front wheel is liable to wash away.
Yeah, let's hope that these lads have been keeping an eye on that. Obviously, we saw a lot of them up here, as Ben said, a lot of them up here keeping an eye on what was going on. And of course, they hit this first corner not exactly knowing what the conditions will be like. They've had a very quick look as they went to the start line. But here we go then with heat number 5. And tapes go up, away they go, and it's the rider in white, Freddy HODDER, who makes the best start. William Cairns is coming around the outside, and it's William Cairns who's chasing after Freddy HODDER as they go down the back straight. So round the outside, William Cairns, he's got Freddy HODDER right in front of him, making himself as wide as possible.
Yeah, that's it. It was a great start by Freddy there. Made a brilliant start. Obviously, gate 4's a little bit tough, but the boys are battling hard here. You can see it's a little bit greasy on top. I'm shocked to see Cooper at the back, but he is really trying to get that thing wound up.
So this is what you were talking about probably, Ben. You can see William Cairns, he's not particularly going mad to try. Well, as I say that, he's now trying the outside line for Freddy HODDER, but he sort of settled into that second place.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need to do anything silly. The 2 points is more valuable. You know, obviously you want to go through the guard, but William is now up the bank and trying to make a move on the last corner, but doesn't quite do it. It's a great win by Freddy HODDER. William Cairns second, Stene PIJPER third, and Cooper at the back, which I'm shocked by, but I'm sure he's just going to keep coming in, mega changes. He hasn't made a start yet, Cooper, and that is vital here at Plymouth. So maybe he'll make a change and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the results then of heat number 5, it was a win in white there for Freddy HODDER, 3 points to him, and it's a second win of the evening as well. 2 points to William Cairns in yellow, 1 point to Stene PIJPER in blue. No score there for Cooper Rushen in red, and the winning time there was 55 seconds exactly, 55.00 the winning time, and we are on 2 minutes here for heat number 6 already as we get on with things here at the Coliseum.
You can see that time is a little bit slower there, but that'll be, you know, it'll be due to the fact a little bit of water down. Riders taking it a little bit sensible, which is great to see that they can use their head.
Yeah, and there was certainly no real madness or incidents, and yeah, interesting to see William Cairns just having a go at the old Ben Barker bank at the top there.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult at the moment, I mean, because they just watered, so it wouldn't be kind of at its peak, you know, with the water going down, but we've used it a couple times this year and hopefully use it a lot more.
Let's hope so. So here we go then, we've got heat 6 coming to tapes here, and we've got Jody SCOTT here coming to line, who looked fast in the opening ride. He did look very quick. But here is the heat 6 lineup. Off the inside there is Jody SCOTT, he's in red. Max Perry in blue here, he scored a point last time. Mickie SIMPSON in white, and Sam McGURK off the outside here in yellow. So let's have a look at where Sam's going here, Ben. Talk to us about that outside
Yeah,
gate.
no one is still going there, but they haven't seen it's there. But, you know, not one of these won a heat in their first outing, so one of these riders got a great chance to push himself right up the leaderboard, and I think they all scored points in their first ride, so it'll be great to see, you know, one of them push himself up the leaderboard, and that's what they got to be looking for.
Yeah, one of them can make a bit of a road into the meeting here, and as we said, Jody SCOTT was involved in that Ryan Ingram battle in heat 4. He looked very fast. Mickie SIMPSON looked pretty good as well in heat number 1.
And Max Perry's got a lot of experience here as well. He done a few guest appearances for the Gladiators last year, so here we go.
Here we go then, heat number 6. And tapes up, away they go, and it is Max Perry who's made an excellent start. Trying to come off the outside is the rider in yellow. He's cut back, that's a great cutback. Look at that, right to the front. That's a fantastic cutback from Sam McGURK. He now leads going into lap 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start by Max Perry. Sam McGURK got pushed out in the first corner, seen it early, cut back, done a dive bomb up the back straight, which is what I love to see, especially around the Coliseum.
Absolutely fantastic ride on that first turn from Sam McGURK. Max Perry's now under pressure for that second place from Jody SCOTT. He's got one more lap to hold on here, but Sam McGURK has pulled away. He's looking good here.
Yeah, looking very good in front, but Jody in third place is just going about his business very steadily, you know, and looking very good, and he's coming on strong come the end of the race. But it does look like it's a good 3 points for Sam McGURK, 2 points for Max Perry, and a point for Jody SCOTT.
Yeah, really good ride there from Sam McGURK. A fantastic first turn. He went right up the top of the bend here on bends 1 and 2, quickly switched back up the inside, and then he led by the time he got to heat into bend 3.
Yeah, like you say, it was a great ride, and it was something that I would, you know, this is a move that we all look to do, even at the championship level, but he hit it to a T. Maybe he's been watching some videos. He turned really early in the corner, down the back straight, and went in over really narrow, going in up there, and it was a bit, whether there was going to be a bit of contact, but he got up there and done it nice and fair.
Nice and clean, yeah, absolutely. The results then of Heat 6, it was a win in yellow for Sam McGURK, 3 points to him, 2 points to Max Perry in blue, 1 point to Jody SCOTT in red, no score there for Mickie SIMPSON in white. 55.15 was the winning time there for Sam McGURK. And you can still see the scar here from where he rode. Look how close he was to those boards out here. We're just looking over the heat bends 1 and 2 here, aren't we?
You could just see where he's turned his bike, where I put my bike last week. He turned where I didn't, and he's turned back there, made a brilliant back straight, and gone from last to first. Just looking at this heat now is a very interesting one. You've got Luke Killeen, who looked fantastic in heat 1 off of gate 4, and you've got the track specialist of Ben Trigger off of gate 1. So it'll be a great battle in the first corner, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So here we go then, heat number 7. We've got Ben Trigger off of the inside here in red, as Ben said. Ace Pijper is a first heat winner. He's off of gate 2 here in blue. Jamie Etherington off of gate 3 in white. And Luke Killeen off of the outside here in yellow.
Yeah, so still no one is using this gate 4. It's amazing me why no one's gone there yet, but maybe it was graded well at the weekend and it's been kept invisible, but it's definitely there.
Maybe Mark's he doesn't want all these...
He's trying to save it for us.
Yeah, he doesn't want all of these riders to see it. That's the trouble, because before you know it, they're back racing against the
Gladiators. Yeah, that's correct.
Don't want them to see it. So here we go then, heat 7, sponsored by A&B Potatoes in the programme, which is one of your sponsors.
It's my main sponsor, Ben Ruby. AB, they're great, and they've been helping me for a few years now, which I really appreciate, and Mark does.
So here we go then, heat number 7 is at the tapes, and tapes up away they go. Ben Trigger's made a flyer off the inside. It is Ben Trigger who leads, comfortably going out of bend 2, but Luke Killeen is there on his shoulder, and it's Luke Killeen doing the chase him. Yeah,
Luke Killeen won't give up. He's a pretty hard, but look, Ben just lifted there off a bend 4, and Scott Watty doesn't make any mistakes, but Ben made a great start, and this will be a great tally to his already 2 points if he can hold on to it.
He did look under pressure from Luke Killeen, but Killeen made a mistake in the middle of bend 3 and 4, and he's now got the rider in blue, Ace Pijper, getting close to him. But look at Ben Trigger here. This is exactly what we know Ben Trigger can do. He's had a good start to the season, full of confidence. He knows his way around this place.
Yeah, I mean, he's riding it exactly as I've been telling him to do for years. Coming on the inside, across the corner, into the dirt, and down the back straight. So that was a great 3 points from Trigger, 2 points for Killeen, 1 point for Pijper in third place.
And Jamie Etherington out the back. So a great ride there from the home man, and a good response from the crowd here as well. Ben Trigger moves on to 5 points after 2 rides, and that is absolutely what is needed. And so the results then of heat 7, we've got a win here for Ben Trigger, as we mentioned, in red, 3 points to him, 2 points to Luke Killeen in yellow, 1 point there to Ace Pijper in blue, no score for Jamie Etherington in white, and the winning time 53.25, which is much quicker than heats 5 and 6. So either the track's dried out very quickly, or Ben Trigger was shifting there.
Yeah, he was shifting as well as the track doing how it should have really. It will turn over and produce better racing. There's Maximus there on the centre green making his noise as he does every day, every week, week in, week out. Just looked as well on this one here. I was looking at the point scores, and this is another great chance for someone to pick up 3 points, because they only had 2 last places and 2 third places between them. So somebody's got another great chance to put themselves back in contention of qualification.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of these riders desperate for points here. Of course, Ryan Ingram and Jack Shimelt both managed to score a point, but Senna Summers and Ashton Vale both finished 4th in their opening ride. So absolutely, lots of the top point scorers meeting earlier on in the heat.
And Ryan Ingram, don't forget, really got stuck in, didn't he, in the first corner in the last one. So he'll be looking to make a rocket start from gate 4, and if he makes a start like he did in his previous heat, he'll have a great chance.
So here they are then. Heat number 8. Gate number 1 is Senna Summers here in red. Gate 2 in blue is Jack Shimelt. Ashton Vale in gate 3 in white, and Ryan Ingram off of gate 4 in yellow.
Still, gate 4, the rut has eluded everyone.
He's not going there either. Look,
no one wants it. I'm surprised, but no one's seen it there yet. But later in the meeting, if you notice it real late in the meeting, it'll be fresh.
Yeah.
And it'll be an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah, well, you've got that knowledge, Ben. You could go and tell somebody, but I don't think you're going to. Oh, the referee's having a look here.
Gary Allen there. Very experienced referee now. Not been on the circuit too long, but does lots of meetings and normally does a good job.
So here we go then with heat number 8. And tapes up, away they go, and he is the rider in white, Ashton Vale, who makes a great start. Ryan Ingram has followed him in, but there's a red flag. Red lights are on.
What was I saying about the referee?
Absolutely.
No, I don't. No, I don't know, but someone must have had a little bit of movement.
Well, Ashton Vale made an absolute flyer, so if anyone...
Yeah, warning to Ashton Vale, the rider in white. So the way that the warnings happens this year as well, it stays with you the whole meeting.
Yeah.
Which now you've got to be ultra sure not to move. But it is what it is. He'll have that on his back now, and he'll have to make sure he doesn't move again.
Yeah, he looked like he made an absolute flyer, and as it turned out, he'd made more than a flyer. He'd just preempted the tapes. But it must be frustrating, Ben, when you've made a good start and you're leading, to have it stopped like that. You got all that adrenaline and you're in front, done what you need to do.
Sound like you remember what happened to me last year when I made a start and Drew Kemp decided to drive me through the fence down the back straight because the referee stopped it. But no, it's the way it goes, isn't it? Sometimes you make that good a start and it's at no one's fault. But they're back at the tapes now and looking to heat 8.
Yeah, so heat 8 again, a rerun here with the same riders, Summers, Shimelt, Vale and Ingram here. Same 4 as we had before, but with Ashton Vale here in white, he has got that warning, so he's got that extra pressure on the start line.
So the start marshal is now calling them in. So here we go.
Yeah, here we go then, heat number 8. The rerun of heat 8 with Ashton Vale on that warning in gate 3. So tapes up, away they go, and Vale's made another fantastic start, so that really is great from Ashton Vale. He leads going down the back straight, and it is Senna Summers who's slotted into that second place, and Ryan Ingram in 3rd.
Yeah, and Senna's having a good go up in the dirt, up on the banking, but there was nothing wrong with that start from Ashton. Made a great start, and Senna Summers is really riding this actually quite well. Riding it exactly where you should be, and he's up there and he's going to have a go at Ashton.
Ashton Vale's going to need to keep things smooth, keep things steady here, because Senna Summers looks very fast. He's just on the edge of that dirt coming off of bend 2. It's firing up the back straight, but it's not quite enough at the moment to get him on terms with Ashton Vale.
No, Ashton, like I say, made it from the start, and he is riding it very well, and he looks like he's going to be adding 3 points to his tally.
He is looking good here as he comes round the final turn. It's going to be the first win of the evening for Ashton Vale. He takes the win, and Senna Summers finishes in that second place ahead of Ryan Ingram in 3rd, and Jack Shimelt out the back. So a good win there for Ashton Vale. He takes a comfortable victory in the end over Senna Summers, who looked good but wasn't fast enough in that race.
No, that's it. Ashton will be very disappointed with his first outing, where he failed to score. So that there's just put himself back in the shop window, so they say. And I'm just looking. He's running one of the new digital ignition Ashtacs, and that is the engine, the best money you can buy. It's really, really doing great things. All the GP boys are using them.
So the results of Heat 8 were a win for Ashton Vale in white, so 3 points to him, 2 points to Senna Summers in red, 1 point to Ryan Ingram in yellow, no score for Jack Shimelt in blue, 54.94 was the winning time, and that's what this means. Freddy Hodder at the top. He's the only rider so far to have won both races. Of course, he took points away from riders who could have finished with a maximum as well. Freddy HODDER looked very impressive in both of his rides.
Yeah, and just look there what Ashton just done then. Look, so Ashton failed to score in his first ride, and now has catapulted himself to 7th place, which is a qualifying spot.
Well, talking about catapulting, Ben, I'm glad that you've led us into that, because we are going to have a look in a moment at what happened to you last week. So have a look at this, and I want you to talk us through what happened.
Crash, bang, wallop. No, you know, I missed the start here, but ultimately looking there for a cutback, but didn't quite find it with Louis Kerr and Ben Trigger in front. And I'm up high on the bank in here, and we just struggling to turn really, and then this happens.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, from that angle, you can't quite see. You ended up sat up on the fencing.
Yeah, I did, and I actually went down the other side, but it was pretty big impact. I'm not going to lie, it was...
Here we go. So from this angle, you can see here.
There, I just turned. I've turned too hard there. It kicks back, and then we're riding in.
That is a nasty looking spill.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, I took the impact of the bike on my right shoulder, which was a bit that caused the damage. And here
there we go, look at that.
Yeah,
look at that. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall.
Yeah, well, I went over the other side and I sat down on the floor and...
I mean, it's great that you're here, Ben, and there we go. So that's you. You clearly knew there was something up there.
Yeah, it was the right shoulder, and when I went and got it checked out the next day, although I knew it was... I knew it was a bit of a problem, but that's the way it is, isn't it? I'm just racing.
Yeah, not good, Ben, not good at all. And so we are now here this evening, and we've got with us Jason Pipes joining us. So Jason, why don't you come on in and come and join in front of the camera, Jason?
Turn this way.
Obviously, team manager for the Kings Lynn Young Stars. You were talking to us about the Young Stars earlier. Some really interesting things. It's quite great that they're back, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's Kings Lynn have not had their team in the National Leagues now since 2016. And it's great to have another team back in National League Speedway. And
it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's some young lads have been. I've brought some good, quite young lads into the team this year. Some exciting riders of that as well. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. I think we've started off with a away win already at Birmingham, Birmingham's always a tough place to go to. And we were chuffed a bit that we got that first win out the way. We've got our next match, first home match of the season. Tomorrow evening, open to Birmingham, the return. So it's going to be good weather as well. So we're hoping that we'll get another victory tomorrow night.
Ideal, Jason. Yeah.
But for those Kings Lynn fans watching at home, if any Kings Lynn fans are watching, Cooper's okay after his crash earlier. He is. But we've got 4 Kings Lynn riders in here this evening, the Young Stars, and I've come down this evening to give them some support. Like as team manager should do, really. Yeah, so I've travelled a long way to come down here today.
There's a few team managers knocking about, actually, aren't there? There's a few here that are probably keeping an eye on how things are going.
Yeah, I've had a few chats earlier with the 2 Bellevue team managers, Graham and Steve, and Peter Schroeck, Oxford team manager. 1 or 2 others kicking about as well. So we've had a little bit of a chat between us all, and yeah, it's a nice evening. It's a decent crowd turned up to watch.
Did you say you've had a granddad's meeting? You've had a granddad's meeting. Is that what you've had between you all?
Explain a granddad's meeting. Is that like some Cornish?
No, just
Cornish.
Just the old men just having a chat.
The old man. I feel like an old man. Hey, I feel like an old man with them around me now.
Yeah.
Like the average team at Kings Lynn, 16.75. Really? Yeah, and Callum's the oldest at 23.
Really,
so it was still 16.75.
What's your prediction with the Kings Lynn team this year? You're the young stars that you've put together. What is your ambition for the team?
I want to see all riders, all 1 to 7, improve on their averages over the whole season. I said to them, I just want them all to ride the bikes, enjoy themselves. That's what the National League's all about, enjoying themselves.
Exactly what I was then going to say. Yeah, the National League isn't about winning the trophy as such. For me, it's about developing the youngsters. Yeah. I know that's what you're fond of.
Yeah.
So basically, you just want the riders to develop over the year.
All the riders want to win. At the end of the day, they want to win a meeting, whatever they're in.
Of course, but that isn't the most important thing.
That isn't the most important.
Development is...
Yeah, the development of them riders. Like, got Cooper in this year, right, and everyone's seen how Cooper's going so far this season. We've got a motocross lad come in. His first ever Speedway meeting, first ever Speedway race was away at Birmingham. He's had some track practice at Kings Lynn. He's had some at Scunthorpe. But he rode at Birmingham, his first meeting. And yes, he got 3 zeros, but he was on the pace. And he is one to watch. All that was missing was the speed. Callum Mitchell, I'd say, is one to watch. But yeah, he can handle a bike. Oh yeah, for someone to go around Birmingham for the first time, yeah, he rode that track really well. Yeah, just the speed that was missing. So I'm quite looking forward to see how he goes around Kings Lynn tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'll be good to see how that goes. But it's an interesting, just picking up on what you guys were talking about there. A team manager not in the Premiership is trying to buzz their team up to do as well as possible and to win. I guess a little bit of yours is to calm the riders down to the point where they're not going to keep binning it.
Yeah, I try to keep me riders sort of like try and keep them calm as best I can. I always say to a rider, look, there's no pressure on you. Go out there, enjoy riding your bike, right? When you go out there, enjoy that riding that bike, and when you come off, I want to see you with a smile on your face. That tells me you've enjoyed yourself riding that bike on that track. Any points you get, it's a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is the National League is an amateur level to a certain extent. It doesn't become professional until the Championship and the Premiership. So that's when we need the pressure, because at the end of the day, we're paid to do a job. We're paid to do a job. Yeah. And at the amateur level, they just need to enjoy it, come off, and look forward to riding their bike next time.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, well, you just said that.
And that's in your hands then.
They just...
Yeah, I enjoy the National League level Speedway. Like, I'll never go to team manager in the Premiership and Championship, because there you've got pressure on you as well. Not just the riders, but like we can enjoy ourselves at a National League level. Yeah.
I don't blame you, Jake. Well, it's great to see you here this evening. Hope you enjoy the rest of the racing, and hope your lads, do some winning.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a slow start, and hopefully they've all got 3 rides yet still to go. So hopefully they can still qualify, and fingers crossed. Yeah, but like I say, Cooper's had that fall early on, but he's fine, he's okay. I've just had a little brief chat with him there, and he's fine. That's good. Yeah.
That's good news. Yeah, good news. Great stuff. Well, we let you get on then. Okay, Jason, thanks for joining us up here, up on the commentary box. Cheers, and we'll just turn around and have a quick look, and there is, the track looks like it's ready to go.
Yeah, the track's ready to go again. Another nice bit of water down. And Mark's done a great job there, just pulling a bit of the shell back to the inside again, which will produce more racing later on, as we all would like.
So it is a bit slicker this evening than usual, you said?
Well, you're saying that, but don't forget that the last 2 meetings, we've only had 2 meetings here, and both of them have had heavy rain the day before and the morning of, so it's natural watering. I know Mark was here late last night, watering this track to try and produce a great race surface, but it does become hard.
Yeah. Well, this sort of weather, it comes with its own challenges, doesn't it? But certainly this is a fantastic racetrack, and we've seen a few glimmers of that. We've certainly seen that in the league meetings. But here we go then. We're back on here with heat number 9, and that is Ben Trigger, the local rider, and he is currently sitting on 5 points from 2 rides, which he's got to be delighted with.
Yeah, and he's coming here off a gate 4. I was hopefully going to get down in that little break there, but he has looked where I've said, and there should be a rut there, and I'm hoping he does use it, but then again he might not.
Well, here we go then, the lineup for heat number 9. We've got off of the inside here, off of gate 1, Sam McGURK in red, Ryan Ingram off of gate 2 in blue, Stene PIJPER off of gate 3 in white, and Ben Trigger off of that gate 4 in yellow.
Yeah, he did just go in that rut, but I think he's opted against it, so it might not be... might not have had enough water into it to make it soft enough, but Sam McGURK had a good ride last time out, I believe.
He did. He had that huge cutback where he got strung out to dry going into turn 1 and then managed to cut back and passed everybody down the back straight. So obviously he won't do that from gate 1, but he certainly looked very quick when he won that race. But Sam McGURK currently on 5 points, as is Ben Trigger as well. Ryan Ingram currently on 2, and Stene PIJPER currently on 2 as well. So certainly the
could be an
in
interesting first corner, really, because you've got 2 people on 5 points, one coming from gate 4, one coming from gate 1. So be interesting to see who makes the best getaway.
So here we go. We are under starters' orders here for heat number 9. Riders are at the tapes, and the tapes go up. Away they go. Triggers made. He's left in the air off the outside, but it is the rider in white. Stene PIJPER who leads down the back straight. McGURK's there up the inside again. Ryan Ingram's in that third place, but that's a tremendous start for Stene PIJPER.
Oh, he just got out of shape there, coming off at gate bend 4. Trigger's just snuck his way through on the inside of Ryan Ingram. Stene PIJPER out front looking good with McGURK in second, and Ben Trigger putting pressure on from third place.
So Ben Trigger here finding himself in third place. He's got to try and find a way past McGURK if he wants to get into that top 2. But Stene PIJPER, he had that mistake earlier on in the race, but he's tidied things up now. He's on that inside line. He knows the track's just been watered.
Exactly what I was then going to say. You have to remember the track has just been watered. He's coming in off of the throttle. Now he's riding the bank in where hopefully it would have turned over and not be greasy. But that's a great ride by Stene PIJPER.
So what an open evening this is of racing, because Stene PIJPER was one of those riders that was on 2 points going into that race, and he's just turned the form back on its head there and won that race. Ben Trigger looks very disappointed in front of us here with that, but Stene PIJPER, a fantastic performance there. So the results then of Heat 9, it was a win in white there for Stene PIJPER. He takes the win and he takes 3 points. 2 points to McGURK in red. 1 point there to Ben Trigger in yellow. No points to Ryan Ingram in blue. 55.95 the winning time.
Yeah, a little bit slower that time, but don't forget we just had a big track grade, bringing shale back down, water on top, so it will have been a little bit greasy. But he made a great fist of that. He got really out of shape coming out of bend 4 on the opening lap, but really managed to control it really nicely and brought it back down and carried on for the 3 points.
Yeah, great stuff there. And we're now on 2 minutes for heat number 10, where we see the unbeaten Freddy HODDER here coming out.
Against the very impressive Luke Killeen. Is that right?
Ace PIJPER in this one in white. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ace PIJPER. I'm looking at the next heat.
Luke Killeen's in heat 11, yeah. Ben's glasses.
Ben's glasses are wonky.
Need what? I've got wonky. So heat 10 here, and of course Ashton VALE here.
Winner last time out as well. Looked very good, very steady last time out. Nothing crazy, nice in, keeping the bars low and just rode it really well, to be fair.
So here we go then, heat number 10. It is off the inside here, Ashton VALE in red. Freddy HODDER unbeaten so far off of gate 2 in blue. Ace PIJPER off of gate 3 here in white, and Mickie SIMPSON off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, so they'll all be looking to make the best fist of the start, because it's crucial down here at Plymouth. Although the Coliseum's a very small track, you know, and the banking is up there and different things, and it's been made wider. 50% of the race is always won at the start line, so they'll be focusing hard on them tapes going up.
They certainly will, and we've got some riders here, some very quick young riders who have all shown some impressive talent. HODDER, of course, unbeaten so far. Ashton VALE won that last race very impressively. Ace PIJPER has had a win this evening, and Mickie SIMPSON hasn't yet, but he's had a good second place in his opening ride, and he's been there or thereabouts, and Mickie SIMPSON is a quick rider as well. So unpredictable once again here in heat number 10. And tapes up, away they go, and off of gate 1, absolutely jet propelled there was Ace PIJPER. He leads going down the back straight. It is in yellow, Mickie SIMPSON, who follows him into bends 3 and 4. So what a great start from Ace PIJPER. Absolute
dynamite from the start, Ace PIJPER. And I really thought Freddy HODDER would have made the start there, but he just didn't really move. And that give Ace and Freddy stuck back in third place now, and is giving Ace a free rein to build a big lead with Freddy HODDER the lift in there, coming off of bend 4.
So Ace PIJPER looking very impressive here. That was an incredible start, but looking at that battle for second place, Mickie SIMPSON's having to work overtime here to keep Freddy HODDER at bay. Freddy HODDER certainly looks quick in that third place. Mickie SIMPSON just keeping on that inside line, keeping things nice and tidy.
Yeah, look, Ace PIJPER just coming out of bend 4 for the 3 point. Mickie SIMPSON taking 2, and Freddy HODDER with the point. But, you know, it was a great start from Ace there. You just seen the front wheel lift a couple of inches off, and the bike went forward all the way to the corner. It was really tapes to flag victory. It was really good to see.
Yeah, a fabulous win there for Ace PIJPER. He takes the 3 points there, the rider in white. It was 2 points to Mickie SIMPSON in yellow, 1 point to Freddy HODDER there, dropping his first points of the evening in blue. No score for Ashton VALE in red. And the winning time, 53.43, so significantly faster than Heat 9. And a really impressive second heat win of the night for Ace Pijper. Lots of second generation riders here this evening. Ace and Stene PIJPER are certainly one of them. Dad Theo is in the pits.
Yep.
And and he'll certainly be delighted with his two boys, with Stene winning Heat 9 and Ace winning Heat 10.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, they've rode really well there, both of the boys. And like I say, and the thing is, they can come in, relay the information to each other really easily as being brothers, and that will be a big benefit for them. But this heat does look very spicy.
Yeah, it certainly does, as we look to heat number 11. And and we've got here off the inside here in gate 1, Jack Shimelt struggled so far this evening. But off of gate 2 there, William Cairns, he's in blue. Luke Killeen off of gate 3 in white, and Jody Scott off the outside in yellow. Killeen and Cairns both on 5 points, a win and a second. Jody Scott has looked fast as well. And Jack Shimelt keen to get going, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jody Scott's, he's had a few seasons now, and he was really a real promising 15, 16-year-old. And I've noticed again this year he starts to be looking to do good things again. So big things to come from Jody in the future, I believe. I noticed him when he was at Kingston on a 250, and I said then he had a great future. So he's looking at where I said on gate 4. So hopefully he can go where I said and make a ripper.
Yeah, this is interesting because Jody Scott is definitely preparing a rut that is much closer to the fence than the other riders have. He's now peeled away to get himself lined up over there, so this could be very interesting. It's your reputation on the line here, Ben.
It's my trusty rut, but he is against 2 fast starters. He has gone where I've said, but he's against 2 fast starters on the inside of him.
Well, here we go then. Heat 11 is at the tapes, and tapes go up, away they go, and it is the riders in blue and white who make the start. Cairns make a good start. Scott switches up the inside. It's close down the back straight, but it's Luke Killeen who leads. Jody Scott's up the inside of William Cairns. All 3 of them are together. They get very close coming out of the turn.
Yeah, I mean, Jody just picked up there, just come across William Cairns, just got him out the gas. And sometimes that's what you got to do, is get people out the gas. But Luke Killeen, what a start again, making great starts and looking very good out front with William Cairns. Now out chasing the high line to try and go round the outside of Jody Scott, down the back straight into bend 3.
That's a terrific move from William Cairns. He's gone right round the outside of Jody Scott, and now he's chasing after Luke Killeen. Will he have time to catch Luke Killeen? He goes up into the dirt. He's going to go up into the banking again. He switches to the inside, but I don't think he's going to have enough time here to catch the flying Luke Killeen. He takes the win in white. Great ride from William Cairns in that second place in blue, and Jody Scott only ending up with the 1 point.
Yeah, no, it was a great start by Luke there off of gate 3, and William doesn't look too happy with Jody Scott here, but he didn't do it on purpose. It was just he picked up and went across the track.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I think, but another win here for Luke Killeen sees him pick up a 3 points and move on to 8 on the night. But the official result there of Heat 11, it was a win for Luke Killeen in white, 3 points to him, 2 points to William Cairns there in blue, 1 point to Jody Scott in yellow, no score there for Jack Shimelt in red, and the winning time, 53.73 is the winning time there. So, Mark Phillips, your boss.
My boss, my family member, walking across the centre green there, and does great work here, I must say. Really puts a lot of time, effort and money into running Speedway down here in the southwest.
Yeah, he certainly does, and as we said earlier, he seems to be everywhere at the moment. He seems to be on the track that's in the middle, and I think he's making his way across the track after getting grabbed by Maximus in the middle.
It's nice to see a promoter all shirted and everything when they do as much work as he does.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Heat 12 is the one coming to the tapes, and this will conclude the 3rd set of rides for all of these riders. And here is the lineup. Off the inside here in red is Cooper Rushen. Off of gate 2 in blue is Senna SUMMERS. Max Perry off of gate 3 in white. Jamie Etherington off of gate 4 in yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed Cooper doesn't ever look to go in a rut, which maybe he's, I'm not sure, but you should be really down here at Plymouth. I mean, he'll probably make the starter flyer off at gate 1 now and tell me to shush. But, you know, down here in Plymouth, always everyone looks to go in a rut and it kind of fires you to the first corner. Max Perry will be looking really here. He'll be thinking this will be a good chance for 3 points here and put himself right back in the window.
Well, he made a good start in his last ride and of course finished second. He's got 3 points at the moment and certainly will be looking for big points here. So heat number 12 at the tapes here. And tapes go up, away they go, and it's the rider in blue who makes the start. It is Senna Summers who leads. Max Perry goes right round the outside. It's getting very close on that back straight. Max Perry goes right round the outside. Cooper Rushen's up the inside. But it is Senna Summers who leads as they come down the back straight.
Great start by Senna there from gate 2. Max Perry's really putting in some hard work, but Cooper Rushen is really having a good go in 3rd place there to try and pass Max Perry. But Senna Summers looking a different rider out in front.
He is looking absolutely tremendous out in front. He's actually got away from Max Perry, and Max Perry has escaped the clutches of Cooper Rushen as well in that 2nd place. So they've started to spread out a little bit here, but this is absolutely fantastic from Senna Summers. He had a 2nd place in his last ride, and this 3 points here is going to be big. Jamie Etherington getting into trouble at the back. But it's a great win there for Senna Summers.
Yeah, it's a great win there. Made a brilliant start. And really unexpected from me, but really good start and straight to the flag. It was a pleasure to watch. Actually, I got a better feel my program, and I was enjoying watching the race so much I haven't written anything down.
Well, the official results there of Heat 12. Senna Summers in blue. He takes the win and he takes 3 points there. 2 points to Max Perry in white, 1 point to Cooper Rushen in red. No score there for Jamie Etherington in yellow. 54.55 was the winning time there. We've completed 3 heats, and here's how it's looking now, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking really good, and you just see how close it is between the 4 points to the 5 and 6 points. Any of them, you know, are really looking to score big in their next outing. But you've got to remember here, when somebody drops a point, the cut-off zone always becomes 1 point higher. I don't know if you noticed when you watch a Grand Prix, somebody drops a point, the cut-off point very often becomes 9 points. But if somebody has a maximum, the cut-off is 8 points.
Right.
So you might be looking at needing 9 points to qualify in the top 8 today.
Yeah.
But if somebody had gone through the car, the cut-off point is normally 8 points.
I mean, at the moment where the bubble is there, they're all sort of. You wouldn't pick an 8 at the moment.
No, you couldn't. You could pick any one of 12 currently, I believe. And Senna in the last ride has just shot himself straight into the mix.
Yeah.
You know, with a race win, and because you've got to remember race wins become crucial.
Yeah.
Because it goes, I believe it goes 3 on wins and then seconds and then thirds on countbacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, for example, what Ben's mentioning there is Jody SCOTT, for example, is on 5. He's on 4 points with a second and 2 thirds. But there's other riders who have had a win and a third, and they're more likely to go through because they've had that win. So we are joined now by Peter Schroeck, and I think Ben's about to have a chat with Peter.
Yeah, welcome, Peter. I see you everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a busy boy sort of thing, trying to sort of keep my eye on all the youngsters as well, you know, some I really enjoy, you know, because that's the future of speedways, you know, so yeah, great meeting today.
So are you doing all 3 leagues with Oxford, or just the top 2? Or?
Yeah, no, I'm doing all 3 leagues, you know, sort of it's for my sins, but it's been working for the last 2 years, so it's pretty much a full-time thing now, and you know, trying to help the youngsters getting through, and you know, we've got a couple of people, a couple of the guys coming through to the championship, which is always good. So if you can work from within, you know, it's good progress.
Yeah, I was just saying, Senna Summers in the last one made a brilliant start there, and really never looked back. He looked a really different rider when he was in front, which was good to see.
Yeah, I just said to him, he's the only guy off gate 2 tonight who actually won a race, you know, so great. And he's been in Australia as well, training in the winter, and he's coming on really nicely. And yeah, I love seeing these youngsters like doing what they're doing, you know. So it's so unpredictable sometimes, but yeah, he's really coming through. So yeah, it's good.
Sometimes it's about steady progression, isn't it? It's not about setting the world on fire in one night. Sometimes it's better just to climb the ladder gradually, and it comes a lot easier then.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes you can get carried away, especially when the boys are really finding their feet. But there's a couple here tonight, you know, who suddenly sort of, when the elbows come out, you know, this is a tough track and one thing, and as you know yourself, you know, it's so it's quite impressive to see him coming through, and but some of them get found out, you know, because it's not like the big wide open spaces where you can just go flat out. Here it's a very tricky little track, you know, and you have to sort of throttle control and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We know, you know, when you come down Wouthwick, we have some great battles here, and sometimes you can throw a blanket over all four of you in later heats, you know, the big boy heats, and but it's good to see people are getting stuck in out there, and everyone's enjoying it at least.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, there's some tight first corners and the boys are controlling it, because you know yourself sometimes it does get a bit tight and, you know, you have to pull them back. So they're all staying on their bikes and they're all controlling it well. So it's quite impressive. But like I said before, I said to Mark, I mean, the track, what he's done with it is phenomenal. You know, when we were here a couple of weeks ago, you know, I mean, with all the boys driven off and said how happy they were, you know. The only thing which was upsetting was we didn't have the Polish sausage stand.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I spoke to Sam after and he said it was absolutely superb to ride. I mean, over the last 2 winters, Mark's made changes. He made the banking 12 or 18 months ago, and then he widened the back straight, and I believe it's made a lot better race circuit.
Oh, 100%. You know, even for me as a sort of one of the older guys, when I take the track walk with the boys and you walk into that 3rd and 4th bend now, you know, you can feel that your eyes are taking you towards the wide line, the outside. You know, there's so many more options now when you're racing into that corner, in my eyes.
Yeah, last year I found it was too narrow. They made the banking there, but you couldn't kind of ride in as hard as you wanted to use the banking because it was too narrow. And Mark took that on board with the comments from me and the team last year, and he decided to widen the whole back straight rather than move the inside in like we was expecting. He made the whole back straight 2 meters wider, and it's definitely making better racing.
Oh, 100%, you know, and we got the same feedback with our lads, you know. They really enjoyed it, because sometimes you come out of this second bend and you go down the straight and you think, where am I going to go, you know. This time round you don't have to think, you just keep going and get the elbows out and have a go, you know.
Yeah, that's it. I guess you're looking forward to tomorrow night with against the Gladiators up at Cowley.
Yeah, we always do, you know. You always give us a good meeting, and you know, so you know, I was really glad last week what you done to pool. You know, it opened the whole thing up again a little bit, so nobody's running away with it. So we got to be on our best sort of behaviour tomorrow, because I know you got a couple of new boys, but you know, they're soon get used to Oxford, because it's a good race.
Yeah, it's quite easy to ride, really. You know, it's a little bit different when I started. I started my career there back in many years ago, but no, it's a little bit different now, but it is still fun to ride, and you know, it's easy to ride to a certain extent, which makes it safe as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's obviously always one of the major factors, being safe. But you know, and sometimes it works against us because everybody likes it, but at the end of the day you have to put on a show and have to have good racing, and if it's nice and close, you know, they're always better for Speedway, I think, than smashing somebody with 60 points and you know, and not really having a good meeting. So
yeah, that's what I always find, you know, like when you go to pool, like, you know, a lot of the time it's a 60-30 and the fans are really happy, and I'm like, I'd be happy with a 46-44. Exactly. Go away, you know, you've seen some great racing.
It's about being competitive, isn't it? And that's what makes Speedway so great. You know, if you always just follow each other, you know, it's not a good sport, is it? You know, you like to have a little bit of hustle. You know, we have a little bit of hustle, bustle. That's what it's all about. You know, that's what keeps the sport alive. And yeah, no, but you're doing a great job down here, and you know, with everything what's happening down here, it's pretty good. And tonight, I'm really impressed with what's going on. You know, it's I think for these youngsters, this is actually the perfect track for them to actually learn a little bit of track craft.
Well, it's all about turning a bike here at Plymouth, and that's what I was always taught. The first thing you need to do is learn to turn. If you can't turn, then you don't want to be riding a bike in England for sure. So like, it was like Lakeside and places like that, and even Rye House, you know, they were great places to learn, and unfortunately they're not with us at the moment, and hopefully they'll both come back one day, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, you know. At the moment we have to look after what we've got, which is the most important thing. as we all know, we can't look backwards. You know, we got to work with what we've got, make the best out of it, and be positive about it. You know, so if we all work together and all pull on the same string, so to speak, you know, then we can still go somewhere. I still think there's a great foundation in Speedway. You know, we just need to sort of, you know, fine tune it a little bit, one thing another, and bring these youngsters on.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
one of my
that's the main thing. Anyway, looks like the track grading is now finished, so I'll let you get back down to the pits with your Oxford boys.
No worries. Have a good evening. See ya.
So there it is, the water cart going, putting on plenty of water once again, and yeah, great to hear from Peter there. But Mark Phillips and his team staying on top of things certainly here on a warm, windy evening. That does mean that the track dries out very, very quickly, and that does make things tough when it comes to track prep. But the track's been prepared absolutely brilliantly this evening. The rider's doing a fabulous job. And interesting to gauge the mood in the pits here. Ryan Ingram, he's been in amongst the action this evening. Dan Thompson on his phone again there. He's obviously got lots to do there. That's they're looking very relaxed over there. And certainly Sam McGURK has been going very well this evening in certain places. But they're all dropping points there. You can see in the background Cooper Rushen up on his feet. And that's good to see. What are we looking at here, Ben?
So we're looking at the William Cairns' bikes. Fantastic bikes, and he's running the Brian Carger ignition system, which a lot of the boys in the Grand Prix are using. That produces so much power. Okay, adds weight to the bike, but the power performance output is fantastic. But they don't come cheap, as you can imagine, as none of these bikes do. They're really expensive, and you know, I went through them pits this morning before the meeting, and it was a pleasure to see all these youngsters on really nice equipment. And there's Max Perry there.
Yeah, Max Perry, 18 today.
I wonder if he's thinking about buying a beer after.
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, he's an athlete. Isn't
Oh,
he?
okay, you could buy me one though.
Yeah. Buy his dad one.
That's it.
His dad, Rob, has been the man at his side for since he was sort of 5-6 years old. I remember Max riding around on a little 50cc grass tracker. But we're on 2 minutes here for heat number 13, Ben, and we've got some riders here who are keen for points.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's keen for points, as you can imagine, at this stage of the meeting. I'm just trying to look back and see where we're at with the points. Jody Scott's been plugging away very steadily, I think.
Yeah, he
He's
has.
on 4 points. So he's right in that zone where he does need a win, really, to push himself right up that ladder.
Yeah, you've got some power, Ben, with Gladiators TV. Look at that. You've mentioned the scores and the director immediately.
Yeah, that's it.
But
it's not what you know, they say. It's not what you know.
So here's heat 13 then. Off the inside here is Jamie Etherington. He's in red. Ashton Vale off of gate 2 here in blue. And Jody Scott off of gate 3 in white. And Stene PIJPER, fresh from that win in heat 9, off the outside here in yellow.
Yeah, I mean, Stene as well. You know, I'm just going to quickly check back to the points. He's on 5 points, so he's in that cut-off.
Absolutely.
So he can't afford to drop points because he can soon drop out of that zone. So he'll be pushing hard to get another 3 points. He made a brilliant start in the last one, and he's gone in that famous rut off gate 4. So
well, here we go.
Try again.
He's 5 points so far, including an important win. And also Jody Scott, as you said there, Ben, he seems to... 4 points doesn't seem to be a fair return for him.
No, he's just plugging away steadily. He's in second place and 2 third places. But he's been going about his business steadily. But he'll be pushing hard here to put 3 points on his tally. Ashton Vale, gate 2, has had a race win today as well. So it'll be a tight heat.
So here we go then, heat 13 is at the tapes, ready to go, and tapes go up, away they go. Vale's made a great start off of gate 2, but coming over the front of him is Jody Scott, and finally Jody Scott hits the front. It's Jody Scott who leads.
Yeah, it's a great start there by Jody. Ashton made a good start, but Jody made a really good first corner, just kept him on his shoulder, and powered round. And then we got Stene PIJPER at the back working really hard, and he'll be looking hard to chase down Ashton Vale.
Yeah, so Jody Scott all straightening up there. Ashton Vale has gone into the fence there. Ooh. And Stene PIJPER has collected the machine. Thankfully, Jamie Etherington has missed. So unfortunate scenes here.
Yeah, that was a nasty crash. We hope all are okay. Ashton just a little picked up there accidentally, and let's just hope all riders are okay. Ashton's up okay, and our thoughts are with Stene at the moment, just making sure he's okay.
So whilst we are waiting, we will obviously keep the images away from the fallen riders. As soon as we have got any updates on their condition, we will let you know. But a nasty looking scene there involving Stene PIJPER and Ashton VALE.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jody SCOTT, first time he really hit the front and was looking really good out front. He's been struggling to get to the front, and he's just going over, a couple of the riders just going over to make sure Stene is okay, but I'm sure he's in the best hands now with the medics there, so that's good.
Yeah, it always takes the wind out of you a little bit, this sort of thing, Ben, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and you know,
nobody likes to see it.
It's no, it's not nice. It's not nice to see. But I can see he's got his helmet off, and he's talking to the paramedics, which is a good sign. And so, you know, the bike's just coming back in. All the bikes look a little bit worse for wear. And I've been on my fair end. A few of mine and my own have been wrecked off, but.
Yeah, so we're just waiting here. We're just keeping an eye on things for you at home, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that Stene PIJPER's had this incident. Of course, he was going quite well this evening, but yeah, we will, for the time being, not be showing any of that image, and we'll keep a keen eye over here at the venue on what's going on. But in respect to everybody watching at home and the rider himself and the rider's family, we'll just allow things to happen with the right people over there.
Yeah, that's it. The medics are fantastic at the job down here, but they are all over the country. The paramedics are brilliant, and like I say, they'll just make sure if he's got any problems or anything, they'll look at it and go from there. But it was a nasty looking accident. You know, he had a bike. He couldn't really do anything about it. They had a bike in the track in front of him and couldn't take avoiding action, which is a shame. And he's up talking to his dad, which is, you know, he's sat up talking to his dad, which is the main thing.
Yeah, he's sat up now, which is obviously even better news. So yeah, so once again, Ben, Jody SCOTT was the one that hit the front there, and again, it just throws the meeting open because he was the one that hadn't had the win.
Yeah, I mean, Jody was searching for a win, to be fair. That would have put him up on 7 points, really in contention of a qualifying spot. And then something like this happens, and Jody's now got to go back to the pits, and that's great to see. That is great to see.
Yep, Stene is up on his feet.
He's up on his feet,
and here he is. We can see at home that he's up, and that's Dad lifting him along there, and Ashton VALE, the rider whose bike he collected, is also helping him.
Oh, that's nice to see. Like we say, it was a total accident. Ashton picked up, and his bike was left in the middle of the track, and Stene had nowhere to go. But it's nice to see he's up, walking back to, or hobbling back to the pits under some aid. But that's good to see.
Yeah, he's got his left boot off there, which it's. There you go. You can see he's got that left boot off, so obviously something there. But they're going to check him on the ambulance, I'm sure.
Yeah, like when I got hurt here at the weekend, the paramedics were great, and they were telling me not to go out again, but I didn't listen. I carried on, but they'll be doing what's right and make sure he's in the best hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in a moment we'll get back on with. In fact, it sounds like they've called the result there. So
that was very early to call the race. Was that the first lap or second?
Yeah, I'm not sure. No time there. So the official result of Heat 13 has been announced. It was a win in white there for Jody SCOTT. So 3 points to the rider in white. So he finally gets his 3 points. 2 points to Stene PIJPER in yellow. 1 point there to Jamie Etherington in red. And no score there for Ashton VALE, who is excluded as the cause of the stoppage there in blue. So Heat 13 is now completed. So I wasn't keeping count, but obviously they
hadn't done many laps, but I know they only have to complete one for a race to be awarded. So, and Jody had gone past the tapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So once again, the results there, in case we caught you off guard, it was a win in white for Jody SCOTT. So 3 points to Jody SCOTT, 2 points to Stene PIJPER in yellow, 1 point to Jamie Etherington in red, no score for Ashton VALE in blue, an exclusion, and no time either. So the riders now getting ready for heat 14. We saw there Cooper Rushen, he looked happy enough. There's Luke Killeen, he's not out till heat 15, and he's up here on the gantry with us. There's Cooper, and talking things through there with what happened. No, he still looks
We're
like
just talking to Jody Scott there, and Ben Trigger there in shot. Ben Trigger comes off of gate 4 in a minute as well.
Mitchell Cluff's helping out Ben this evening by the looks of it.
Yeah, you know, being a fellow teammate, Plymouth teammate, I know Mitchell hasn't done the amount of meetings that Ben's done around here, but he's also done a lot of laps on the continent, Australia and different things, so he is a bit more experienced than Ben, so he's just trying to relay some information, try and help him rocket off of that gate 4 and around the first corner.
Yeah, absolutely, and there is Mitchell holding up Ben's bike, and Mitchell has done 3 meetings now with the Gladiators, and is certainly going to find, once he starts finding his curve, he's clearly a talented motorcyclist, but once he gets going, I'm sure. His first race, actually, he made the start.
Yeah, well, I was told, so we was told a real positive thing about Mitchell when we was talking in the winter was his starting ability. And he rang me yesterday and was like, Ben, what clutch setup are you using? I do know that he's put a new clutch setup together for his next meeting at Oxford tomorrow to try that, and I do feel once he hits the front, we all know once you hit the front it's a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Freddy HODDER, he's going very well, of course, had 2 wins on the bounce in his second heat, then a third in his last ride, which was against Ace Pijper and Mickie SIMPSON, and Ace was absolutely gone before Freddie saw which way he went there.
Yeah, no, that's it, but at the end of the day, he's still scoring points. You know, he's had 2 wins, and if he continues to score points in his next 2 rides, then I'm pretty sure he'll be through to the grand final up at Glasgow, I believe that is.
Yeah, so he's going to be pleased with his night so far, I'm sure. He certainly looks relaxed there. And here's Ashton VALE talking to his dad Aaron there on the left in the black shirt, and yeah, no doubt that bike will be a bit second hand. Dan Thompson's off his phone, that's good to see.
Yeah, good old Dan. You know what, me and Dan, we got on really well last year, and it was a shame to see him leave Plymouth really this winter, but one thing or another, he went to Glasgow, and he's now talking to his teammate from Glasgow, Max Perry.
Yeah.
Just seeing how things are going.
Yeah, Ryan Ingram and Max Perry both in there, having a chat with Dan, and no doubt Dan would have some pearls of wisdom to pass on. I wonder what they'd be talking about at this point. I think that Jody, of course, Jody Scott, who we saw in shot earlier, hadn't seen the accident because he was out in front, so I wonder if people were relaying to him what had happened.
Yeah, that could have been so, because it was a definite nasty crash.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see Stene up on his feet, under a little bit of help, but it's great to see him come back to the pits. I know he's in the ambulance now, just getting treated, just getting looked at, but there's Gary Allen again, just looking over things and just checking to see how they're doing because you can see out of that window, you can see the paramedics, just making sure that Stene is receiving the care he needs. And
yeah, he'll be wondering what's going on, because we're not under 2 minutes, so we have got this delay right now. So
no, well, we won't be able to go under 2 minutes until the paramedic is released from Stene. So we'll wait for the paramedic to be released from Stene, and then 2 minutes will go on.
Yeah, that's right. So a bit of a time to draw breath here for everybody. You can see that everyone's relaxing down in the pits and taking their time with things. Ashton VALE there, we just obviously he will have he's sort of broken a bike there in amongst all of that incident, and but he seemed to straighten up coming off of bend 4.
Yeah, a couple of people have. There has been a bit of a soft spot up there previous weeks, but not too dangerous. But the boys are just trying to sit back there and get as maximum drive as they can, and they've just picked up, and he just clipped the bottom of the fence, which spat him off, which is a great show. There's Mickie SIMPSON in shot, just looking at his roll-offs there.
Mickie SIMPSON is so there's a big grass track this weekend that I'm helping to promote, Ben, and up at Winchester, the track racing team tournament, and Mickey's involved in that. He's racing, it's a team event, and he's racing for the Eastern Eagles this weekend. Mickie SIMPSON, one of the top very exciting grass track rider at the moment. Mickie obviously is a good speedway rider, but talking of exciting riders, here's one here, Cooper Rushen. But so far we haven't seen that from Cooper, have we? We've not seen so far here. I mean, he's not been making starts. I think that's probably the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's crucial. You can sometimes pass one guy here, maybe two. Very hard to pass three. If you're at the back, you know, it can be very difficult. So he just needs to get himself in a better position coming off of bend 2, whether he's made a start or whether he can just kind of make a little bit sensible a choice in his mind what he's going to do. I mean, he's coming off of gate 2 in his next one, so he's got to look to either make the start or know early what he's going to do to come out in a better position.
He's on. He's only had a point so far, so he's with 2 wins he'd end up with 7, and I think 7's probably not going to be enough, is it?
It will be on the very, very lower end. It just depends what happens in everybody else's heats, to be fair. But he's got to look to be doing that, and the 2 minutes are now on, which is great news, which means the paramedic has been released from Stene, which is good. I haven't seen whether he's come out of the ambulance or not, but it's great to know that we can go on racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Good news there, and no doubt they'll all turn around. Will Ken's there will turn
William,
around.
and there's another youngster just to the right of him. He's not old enough to race in this. Seth Norman.
Yeah.
Is doing really good on the lower end of the youngster age, and big things to come from him. And I know his dad very well, Steve, from the Coventry Bees days when we was up there mechanicking, and we've got Cluffy just going down in front of us, just embarrassing himself again.
So here we go then, we're back on here with Heat 14. Thank you for bearing with us there, and thoughts with Stene PIJPER. If we see him hobbling about in the pits, we'll let you know. Didn't quite catch sight. Certainly the ambulance is still here, so nothing too urgent for Stene PIJPER, which is a good sign. I'm not going to say good news yet because we don't know. But here we go with Heat 14. Off the inside here then, we've got Mickie SIMPSON in red. Cooper Rushen is off of gate 2 here in blue. Jack Shimelt here off of gate 3 in white, and off the outside here in yellow is Ben Trigger.
Yeah, no, I mean, Trigger has gone in the rut that I've been talking about, I believe. Now, he didn't in the first one, so I'm hoping that rut has developed, because that is where we would be going now for sure. Normally this time of the meeting it's actually too deep for us to even use, so to be able to use it at Heat 14 is incredible, really.
So Ben currently on 6 points here. He's well in amongst it at this stage in the meeting, and certainly the highest point scorer going into this one. Off of the outside, Mickie SIMPSON currently on 4 points, Cooper Rushen on 1, and Jack Shimelt has also only scored 1. So Ben Trigger is the big scorer here from gate 4. He's certainly the favourite in those terms, but here we go, the tapes are ready to rise. The tapes rise, away they go. It is Trigger from the outside. Cooper Rushen goes up the inside. It's Cooper Rushen and Ben Trigger neck and neck down the back straight, but it's Rushen who hits the front this time.
Yeah,
Ben Trigger in second.
This is what we've been waiting for Cooper to do. This is what we've known he can do, and he's absolutely flat out backing it into the corners and pulling away from Trigger, which is surprising me, but Trigger nearly got there from 4, but 4 is obviously a tough place today.
So Cooper Rushen here, he's got a bit of air in front of him, and he is now showing this Plymouth crowd what he is all about. He's pulling away from Ben Trigger in second, but these are good points for Ben Trigger. This is another 2 points on the board, so he's doing well, banking up those points, scoring it up every time.
Yeah, like I say, this meeting, Trigger just gone a little bit wide there, but he's got second place under control here. But a great win for Cooper Rushen, second place for Ben Trigger. With a third, and Jack Shimelt bringing up the rear.
Yeah, a good win, a first win there for Cooper Rushen. First win of his evening. So Cooper Rushen there, he takes the win and his first of the evening. So 3 points there for the rider in blue, Cooper Rushen. And he is the official winner. 2 points there to the rider in yellow, Ben Trigger. 1 point there to Mickie SIMPSON in red. No score for Jack Shimelt. 53.80 the winning time.
Yeah, quite a quick time as well, to be fair, at this stage of the meeting, because the track is very slick, but that's all we've wanted to see is Cooper hit the start, and that was what I said. If he got into a decent position, I thought he was definitely going to be a force to reckon with, and he was. And another force to reckon with just coming onto the track now is Luke Killeen, which he's had a fantastic start to the meeting.
He certainly has. He's top of the scores, or he certainly was top of the scores after 3 rides and with 8 points. And he comes to the gate here with Freddy HODDER as well. And Freddy, of course, has had 2 wins himself. So 2 riders well up there in the points. And both of them here going in this Heat 15.
Yeah, also Max Perry's sat on 5 points. And Ryan Ingram has been in battling in all of his heats, and he's coming off of the inside. So this could make a really interesting first corner here, because Ryan really isn't afraid to put it about.
So Heat 15, the lineup then on the inside here in Gate 1, it is Ryan Ingram. Gate 2 in blue is Luke Killeen. Max Perry is off of Gate 3 here in white, and Freddy HODDER is off the outside here in Gate 4 in yellow. So Freddy HODDER preparing that rut on the outside there, and the riders all having a look at where they're going to try and gate from here. But certainly Luke Killeen here, he is in blue. Blue seems to be a decent gate, and he could push on from here really.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, Luke has looked very good, especially when he's hit the front. He's looked, he has looked the quality that he is. But don't you worry about it. Freddy HODDER has also looked equally as good. So this will be a good heat, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So Freddy HODDER on 7 points, Luke Killeen on 8 points, Max Perry on 5 points, and Ryan Ingram at the moment on 2 points, but certainly not afraid to mix it, as Ben said, as we get ready for this Heat 15. And tapes go up, away they go, and it is Luke Killeen who makes a good start. Max Perry's there on his shoulder as they go round the turn. It's Max Perry who slots into that second, but Luke Killeen out the front once again.
Yeah, great start there by Luke from the tapes. Max Perry just slotted himself into second. Freddy HODDER is trying to put the pressure on in third, but Max Perry again very steady. He's been so steady all night, and if he can just keep this up, he'll be on 7 points going into his last ride.
Yeah, and he's looking tidy there, but Freddy HODDER finds himself in 3rd place once again here after 2 heat wins. He's now got 2 thirds staring him down the face, and he knows that, and he's starting to have a look at Max Perry. He's starting to put the pressure on Max Perry in that second.
Yes, he is, but then we go talking to the front man, Luke Killeen, how smooth he's been from the tapes again. Freddy HODDER now going into bench free, just going in big for one last try, but looks like Max Perry's going to hold on for 2nd place.
Yeah, good ride there from Max Perry to hold on to that second, but a great ride from Luke Killeen. He maintains his place at the top of the point scoring with that heat win. He takes the win in a very competitive Heat 15. So the results then of Heat 15. It was a win in blue for Luke Killeen, 3 points to him, 2 points to Max Perry in white, 1 point to Freddy HODDER in yellow, no score to Ryan Ingram in red, and the winning time there, 53.98, 53.98. So having a look, that puts Ryan Ingram on 2 points there. Luke Killeen now is on 11 and looking very, very good. Max Perry, that's now 7 points, but without a win, that could be crucial, of course. And Freddy HODDER with another 3rd place moves him on to 8.
Looking at this heat that's coming out now, you've got Ace Pijper, winner last time out. William Cairns, who's looked spectacular all night. You've got Senna SUMMERS, winner last time out. And also Sam McGURK, who's well in amongst the points.
This does look like a tasty one here in Heat 16, doesn't it? You're absolutely right. All 4 of these riders have tasted a heat victory here. All of them are in amongst the points. William Cairns at the moment on 7, and Sam McGURK on 7. Senna SUMMERS on 5, and Ace Pijper on 7 as well. So
all these are looking for points just to shoot themselves up that ladder.
Absolutely. Heat 16 then, here we go. William Cairns is in red, he's off the inside. Sam McGURK is in blue, off of gate 2. Senna SUMMERS this time is in white, off of gate 3. And Ace Pijper is in yellow off the outside.
Yeah,
so, sorry, Ben.
Yeah, so sorry, I was just looking at the start line here now, and this rut off of gate 4 has started to come a little bit good. A lot of people are using it now, but it's such a long way here at Plymouth. You really have to make a really good start. And we're just looking here, Ace Pijper will be looking to out that start and straight across the front nose of everyone.
He certainly will, and if he gates like he did earlier on in the evening, he's going to be able to manage that here. So Heat 16, a very competitive looking lineup here for Heat 16. Here we go. And the tapes rise, away they go off the inside in red. William Cairns makes a good start. It's Senna Summers who's there in that second place. Senna Summers has a look round the outside. Cairns looks over his shoulder. He sees that he's clear at the front.
Yeah, I mean, a great start there by Senna Summers to sort himself into second place. William Cairns is looking to win this by a country mile here. He's really pulling away and looking very stylish. Senna Summers is holding a good second place with Sam McGURK in third, and surprisingly Ace Pijper is at the back.
Well, such is the quality of these four riders, you couldn't have placed any of them in that fourth place. Ace Pijper in fact looking quite dejected at the back, but there's one more lap to go here. William Cairns looking to take his second win of the evening here. He is looking in tremendous form as Senna Summers goes very close to the fence.
Yeah, he was out there really wide, just needs to just settle down. He's got the 2 points under wraps hopefully, and there he goes for this 2 points with Sam McGURK in third and Pijper pulling up at the back, but just crossing over the line now.
Yeah, real shock there for Ace Pijper, although it was such a competitive lineup there and something had to give. And 53.53, so very quick still. So the results then of heat number 16, it was a win as he celebrates with a wheelie there in front of the home stand there. It is a win in red for William Cairns, 3 points to him. 2 points there to Senna Summers in white, 1 point to Sam McGURK in blue, no score for Ace Pijper in yellow. 53.53 was the winning time, and that concludes the fourth lot of rides here for all of the riders.
Yeah, just looking over to the far corner here, and the gate is open, so looks like we're gonna have a track grade and might be a slight interval here as some of the centre staff are coming off and doing a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So here it is then, Ben. Luke Killeen is the one at the top there, but he's certainly not away and gone. William Cairns is keeping him honest.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to go and look at you can see the 7 point riders are right in amongst it, aren't they? I mean, Mickie SIMPSON realistically needs a win. Cooper Rushen won't be able to make it now, which is such a shame. Even on countback, he won't be able to because he's been excluded, so there's no chance. Even if he gets to 7, he won't leapfrog anyone. Ben Trigger in amongst there on 8. So it really is turning out to be a one race shootout, really, for who's going to be in the top 8 to qualify. So I'm just looking here, and the top 8 or 9 people have all had race wins as well, so this could be really hard to sort out on countback, and I do believe that there are runoffs in this event as well, so they might have a runoff for a qualification spot, which is really tough. Just see Mark Phillips there again, just bringing all the material back down to the inside just to try and keep the racing as competitive as possible. You know, they got a great little team here down at Plymouth, and they got some brilliant equipment. And, you know, he works magic round here, really. I know Gareth's going to hopefully go down and possibly grab a rider or speak to someone down in the pits. So, over to Gareth.
So, down in the pits now, down here and having a look at Ryan Ingram. And I think I might just see if I can grab a word with Ryan, if that's all right. Ryan, have a quick word. Ryan, it's been a tough night, hasn't it? But, yeah, you're certainly getting the elbows out.
Yeah, the first race was quite tight. I thought, come down, so I had a little look back, but, you know, it's hard racing with these lads that have more experience, but I'm trying my best. Obviously, I'm not getting the scores I want, but at least I'm trying.
Yeah, it looks like you're in amongst it. I mean, you must be pleased with being in amongst it and having, you know, Dan and everybody in the pits. That's going to be useful information for you as well.
Yeah, I can't thank them enough for helping me, you know, and I feel like as the night's got on, I've been riding a little better, but obviously last race I had all championship riders and a premiership rider, you know, so never going to be easy, but yeah.
Well, you're getting stuck in, Ryan, and that's all you can do.
No, I mean, hopefully I can finish off with a good score and make my night a little bit better.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Ryan. Keep it up. Have a good fifth ride. So yeah, good to speak to Ryan, who's certainly got stuck in this evening. Obviously, a young rider that's going well and had some eventful races throughout the day. So there's a few riders looking very excitable and moving around a lot and very busy, and others that are just sort of sat back relaxing at the moment. But it's hard to really gauge. William Cairns, I think we spoke to William at the beginning. I might try and speak to William quickly, if that's all right, over here. He is having a chat at the moment with his team. Don't really want to interrupt him. Have you got a moment? You could feel us and burning a hole in the back of your head there, couldn't you? William, so, yeah, you're right at the top of the points. It's you've just been in amongst it by the looks of it. Just every single race, just making sure you're there or thereabouts.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing with the qualifiers, especially like a tricky track like today. You just got to stay there or thereabouts, like try not to drop too many points. Wins and seconds are good, and that's what I've been doing. So, yeah, I think I'm joint second right now. Yeah. So, yeah, we just need to got one more ride, and let's not bottle it from here.
I'm sure you won't. But talk to me about the track a little bit, because of, you know, you mentioned there it's a little bit tricky. You look like you were sort of trying to find different lines while you're out there, sending it to the fence, coming up the inside.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping for a runoff, to be honest, for first, obviously. I know it's a qualifier, I know I don't need to win, I just need to get in the top 8, but that's my nature, I just want to win. So, yeah, we're gonna fingers crossed, Luke Killeen has a bit of a mare of a race, and we go down to a runoff, or I get just a first place. But, yeah, just testing stuff and just testing different lines, and I got Greg Hancock on board with me this year again, and he just says, just test stuff, like no matter how big the meeting is, just test. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, good luck, Will. Have a good last race, and yeah, it's been great to see you here. You've been very entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah, listen to that. That is the voice of a 15-year-old. I'm going to win it. I don't have to win it, but I'm going to go and win it. That's what he said, which is great. Let's see if we can... in fact, Max is getting his helmet on. I was just about to go and speak to Max because it's his birthday today, but he's got his helmet on, so we'll leave him alone, I think, getting himself ready. I can still hear the tractors. A lot of the riders, I think, have left the pits and are elsewhere. I was hoping to see if we could spot Stene PIJPER down here to see how he's doing. His dad's here, but he's changing a tyre at the moment. We've got a reserve here coming in. Harry Fletcher's coming in to probably replace Stene, I would imagine, in the next ride. But all of the riders seem to have taken themselves out to have a look at the track, I would imagine. Yeah, we can grab a quick word. You're not riding, Mitchell, but they want me to talk to you anyway. I always come and have a chat with you. So, Mitchell, this is a bit more relaxing, isn't it? But, yeah, you must be enjoying yourself just kind of being here and relaxing a little bit.
It's more stressful as a mechanic. I've been helping Ben tonight, and, yeah, it's harder when you're watching because you can't control it, you know. Like, when I'm on the bike, I know I can control it, but... He's been riding all right. You know, we're trying a few different things now to just see if it works for when the league comes. You know, like the main goal for him today is just to qualify and test and get some answers. So when the important league matches come around, we know what he can and he can't do on the bike.
Yeah, and obviously for yourself, you've got a vested interest being his teammate, and you want him to be going well. For yourself, it's obviously been a tough start for yourself, but I know that I would imagine you'll be phoning around and finding out information, and that's what it's like, I suppose, when you start in this league.
Yeah, you know, I've just had a problem with me clutch, me starts. I can't make a start, so I've spent 800 quid yesterday to hopefully fix my problem, and I brought a bike down now tonight, and I'm going to go make a few starts after the meeting, and hopefully I got some answers before we head to Oxford tomorrow, because it's a big meeting and I need to be getting out the gate good.
Yeah, your first visit to Poole, obviously the gating was a problem, but your first visit there, how did you find it there?
It seems like a fun track, you know, but you got to make a start, and I'm not making starts. And normally I believe I'm a good starter, so it's been really playing with my head at the moment. So hopefully the money's well spent yesterday, and I'm going to go make a few starts soon, and hopefully it all makes sense.
Well, good luck. We'll be rooting for you, definitely, on Gladiators TV. Hopefully it all goes well. That wasn't very nice what he did then, was it? Thanks, Mitchell. Ben Trigger winding up Mitchell Cluff off screen. That's what we're referring to there. But, yeah, I do believe, I mean, for what it's worth, Mitchell Cluff, he looks a quality rider, but it's clearly having problems off the starts, and that's what's holding him up at the moment. So bikes look like they're getting ready here. We'll have a quick peek over the fence and see if we're ready to get going. It looks like the fence is closing, so I think what we'll do is we'll head back up to commentary, and we've got this 5th lot of heats to look forward to.
18 years old. Yeah, so I'm just here looking at the programme, and I've just quickly written down the scores, and in Heat 17 we've got 3 riders, although one might be replaced. We've got 3 riders on 7 points, which is kind of a do or die situation for these young guys. And then Heat 20, we've got 1 on 8 points, 1 on 7 points, another 1 on 8 points, and Senna SUMMERS on 7 points. So Heat 17 and 20 look really, really tasty, to be fair, because everyone will be looking to score the big points.
Yeah, absolutely. I am back. I'm back up here.
Yeah, I was just
gathering my thoughts.
I'm just saying, Gareth, this heat we've got 3 riders on 7 points.
Yeah.
So they are in the cut-off zone. I mean, I do think that a reserve might be coming out, possibly, in places Stene. So, best wishes to Stene, and hopefully it's not a nasty injury, and hopefully it's just precaution.
Yeah, let's hope so, because I obviously didn't see him down. I couldn't find him, but clearly the reserve there, Harry Fletcher, was prepared and ready to go. Although he was wearing a blue helmet colour actually, so I'm not entirely sure if he is coming into this one. But we'll keep an eye on that and make sure that we report it right. You can certainly see there that Jack Shimelt, who's had a disappointing night really, he's there in blue.
Yeah, he's at the tapes already, and as well as Max Perry off at gate 4. You can look at how the ruts are here as well. That's really where you want to be going from at this track. And so number 15, that is Ace Pijper coming out, and we'll just look to see who is coming out in the red. It's yet to come from the pits, but hopefully they'll come shortly.
Yeah, we'll wait and see on that. But yeah, these riders here, I mean, Ace Pijper, so you can see there on the graphic, it's not Stene PIJPER in red. It's we'll let you know who that is as soon as they emerge. But Heat 17, certainly in gate 2 there in blue, is Jack Shimelt.
Yeah, I do believe it's going to be Harry Fletcher, but he's, like I say, he's yet to come from the pits.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Ace Pijper in white in 3, and in yellow Max Perry off the outside, looking for his first heat win of the evening. So the clerk of the course is being called, and a bike is making its way onto the circuit. That's Stene PIJPER's bike that's being called out onto the circuit.
Well, I'll give Stene his due. 2 minutes have now gone on, which has given Stene a bit of time. And if that is Stene that comes out, that is what you call a real tough kid. But he knows how important this is. He sat on 7 points.
Yeah.
So he is desperate.
Yeah, well, we're eagerly looking down to our left here from where we're sat. Obviously, the riders that you're seeing at the tapes are waiting patiently for this race to begin. We are on 2 minutes, and we've got Stene PIJPER's bike that's been wheeled out onto the circuit, and we're waiting to see if it is going to be Stene PIJPER that's going to come and ride the thing, because as far as we were concerned, he was injured and out for the night. But at this stage, Ben's just gone to have a look to see what's happening, and I can tell you that it is Stene PIJPER.
So he is a tough cookie to crash like that and to come back out and have a go. I got to take my hat off to him. So hopefully he can. The referee has given just got 1 minute remaining, so hopefully he can get round to the tapes in time.
Yeah, I think he's got plenty of time here, but that is absolutely tremendous to see Stene come into the tapes here. We were almost convinced that he was done for the night.
There was no way. When I seen him coming in, I just didn't think he'd be here. So over to you.
Absolutely. So Heat 17, there is the full lineup. Stene PIJPER off the inside in red, Jack Shimelt off of gate 2 in blue, Ace Pijper off of gate 3 in white, and Max Perry off the outside in yellow here. So a tremendous looking lineup. Amazing to see Stene up on the bike, and they could fire himself through. Here we go then. Heat 17 is at the tapes. Tapes go up, away they go, and it is the rider in white, Ace Pijper, that makes a flying start. He is followed by Max Perry round the outside. It's Max Perry that slots into that second place. Jack Shimelt is now in third, Stene PIJPER in that fourth place, but he is chasing after Jack Shimelt for that single point.
Yeah, and there's Max Perry as well, lifting, coming off of Ben's 4. So they're all trying really hard, and Stene PIJPER at the back is battling really hard, giving it his best go, but he might be just struggling with a little bit of pain there. He's now pulling in, which is such a shame, with his brother Ace at the front, but fair play to Stene coming out and giving that a go. That really did take some courage.
Yeah, it really did, and we are very impressed with Stene PIJPER, but we are very impressed with his brother, who looks very fast here. Ace Pijper, he's already had 2 wins this evening. This will be his 3rd win, and it is going to be a win for Ace Pijper to take another 3 points and secure his place into the final. Max Perry finishes in 2nd, another 2nd place for him, almost certainly secures his place as well. And Jack Shimelt with that 3rd place I'm afraid that'll be him done for this season, and Stene PIJPER pulling out there, unfortunately, but what a brave effort.
Yeah, no, it was a real brave effort from him there, and fair play to him for coming out and giving it a go, and he knows that point could have been vital that he could have got, so fair play to him there for getting back on after that huge crash.
Yeah, that's a shame, and we can see Stene going round there with his brother Ace.
Yeah.
And, I would imagine that area's a bit tender there to be sat on that bike.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's all a bit sore, to be fair, from how he crashed. But, like I say, my hat goes off to him. To go back out after that crash, it was really, really a big off. And the crowd are getting behind him. He's revving up the crowd. It's great to see. They're getting a standing ovation here in the grandstand at Plymouth, which is lovely to see. Yeah,
brilliant stuff here. So, the official result of Heat 17 was a win for Ace Pijper in white. He got 3 points, 2 points to Max Perry in yellow, 1 point there to Jack Shimelt in blue. Stene PIJPER with no points, 53.58 was the winning time. And we saw briefly the rider scores graphic. That does mean that Stene PIJPER, that 7 points isn't enough to get him through. So his race is run now for this championship.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still tight. It's still tight. I mean, the crucial heat for me will be Heat 20.
Yeah, certainly will. But before we get to Heat 20, we've got this Heat 18, and off the inside here, William Cairns. He is in red. He's well in amongst the points and desperate to win this thing as well. Mickie SIMPSON in blue here off of gate 2, Jamie Etherington off of gate 3 in white, and Ryan Ingram off the outside here in gate 4 in yellow. So Heat 18, Ben, there's a few riders here that have been that have probably not in amongst it at the moment and aren't going to qualify, but Mickie SIMPSON could do with the points, couldn't he?
Yeah, Mickie SIMPSON, I believe, is on 5 points. So a win here, he kind of puts pressure on the guys in Heat 20, but none of them can run a last because they all need to score points. So he'll be out there battling hard, but William Cairns, I'm sure, will have something to say about that. I'll look at the inside.
Yeah, this looks to be a William Cairns affair, this one. He has been absolutely phenomenal so far. He's 2 wins and 2 seconds. He's been in amongst it, but you heard what he said in the interval. He does want to win this thing outright, and he is going to try and do that here by winning this Heat 18. As tapes go up, away they go. It is Cairns who leads into that first turn. He's got Mickie SIMPSON to contend with in the middle of that corner, but Cairns leads, SIMPSON in second.
Yeah, it's an absolute great start there by William Cairns. Mickie SIMPSON is trying his best here in second, but William has just sized up this track, and he is pulling away here.
So good to see Jamie Etherington has got himself into that 3rd place to pick up a point here as well, and Ryan Ingram currently out the back. But William Cairns, he is in the lead. He's taking this one by the scruff of the neck. He's going to finish with 3 wins and 2 seconds. It's going to secure his place going into the final, but it may even secure his win overall.
Yeah, it looks going into the last corner now, and he's going to take the 3 points, puts him on 13 points. So now it puts the pressure on Luke Killeen for the next heat. But that was a great ride, made an absolute picture perfect start there from the inside. There's a bit of rubber coming down now as well on the entrance to the corner, so it's not wise to be moving off of that. You want to be staying on that because rubber on rubber is pure grip.
So William Cairns there, happy with how things went there, that's for sure, and you can see there that William Cairns now leads the competition with Luke Killeen still to ride. Nobody else can catch William Cairns, so the least he can do here is 2nd place, but he really will want Luke Killeen to slip up in heat number 819, the next one that we've got here.
Yeah, I mean, heat 19 is Luke Killeen in this one, so Luke Killeen, the pressure is on him now, so they say, because he's got to go out and win this now to secure a top spot.
Yep, he certainly does. It was a win in Heat 18 then for William Cairns. 3 points to him brings him to 13. 2 points there to Mickie SIMPSON. That gives him 7 points, and as you can see, he's not made the cut this time. 1 point there to Jamie Etherington, and no score there for Ryan Ingram in yellow. 53.82 was the time there for William Cairns, and we move on to Heat 19.
So we have a reserve here in gate 2. Ashton VALE obviously had that really big fall with Stene PIJPER, so Ashton has come off a little bit worse for wear and had to withdraw from the meeting. So it looks like we've got the first reserve of the evening, which goes to show the quality of these riders. No taper fences or anything like that, so it's great to see.
So heat 19, and off the inside here we've got Luke Killeen in red. In blue we've got Ashton. We haven't got Ashton VALE. We have got Harry Fletcher coming into that blue gate this time. Gate 3 is Cooper Rushen in white, and gate 4 off the outside here is Sam McGURK, and certainly Sam McGURK could be the rider who spoils Luke Killeen's evening, but we have also seen what Cooper Rushen can do if he makes the gate as well.
Yeah, that's it. This could be anything really. I mean, Sam McGURK is right in amongst it as well. Sam, I'm just trying to look, he's on 8 points, so he needs points. There's no two ways about it. He does need to score points. So this could be a pretty much big heat.
All still to play for here in so many ways here at the Coliseum here in Plymouth for these riders. Sam McGURK needs the points to secure his place. He is in amongst it at the moment, but he really needs a good ride here. Luke Killeen, to win this meeting, he needs to win this race. But of course you've got Cooper Rushen, who has just had a taste of victory in his last heat. Has he found the right setup here late on?
If he has, this could be a great race.
So here we go then, heat 19 is at the tapes. Tapes go up, away they go. Cooper Rushen's made the best start. He gets across, they've got together, and unfortunately both riders look to be getting up immediately there, which is great to see.
Yeah, that was a real big off there, but both riders looking to get to their feet. Cooper's air vest has gone off again. That was just a battle of trying to get to the first corner. I mean, Cooper made a great fist of it from gate 3, which isn't really that good a place to come from. But they're just trying to get the bikes out the fence here and hope all the riders are okay. Luke Killeen is now on the way back to the pitch, which is a good sign. And it looks like it's going to be all 4 backs, which has got to be the correct decision there. So let's just hope Cooper is fit to take his place in the rerun, because that was sizing up to be a great heat.
Yeah, they certainly were getting stuck in that first corner. Cooper Rushen, he did go to stand up immediately, but he's I think he's got a bit of trouble with his leg there, or his knee or something, so they're just having a look at that at the moment. But certainly Luke Killeen straight back to the pits, very focused at this stage. They did all sort of get tied together, didn't they, going in? I think that Cooper tried to get across the front of Luke.
I think Cooper did get across the front of him, if I'm honest, but Luke just wasn't going to give in, and that's what they do at this stage of the meeting. Luke Killeen knows he can win a British semi-final, and okay, I said earlier on it's all about qualifying, but when you're that close to victory, your attentions turn to that, don't they? So that was what it was all about. But it's hard racing, you know, nothing malicious about it. It was just a first corner, 2 guys wanting to go for the same bit of shale.
Yeah, absolutely, and certainly Harry Fletcher there's going to get another gate here, which is nice to see, and Sam McGURK's having to wait here. This could play into Sam McGURK's hands, of course, because with 2 riders having an incident here, that may play on their minds. Sam might off of gate 4. He was Sam McGURK was sort of in amongst it all there as well. He sort of, I think he saw it all going on the inside of him, and yeah. So we wait and see on news for Cooper Rushen here. They are just having a good look at him, and yeah, his dad's over there with him having a look too. They are definitely looking at a leg, potential leg injury over there at the moment, but I think they're getting him to his feet.
Yeah, it looks it's good to see, and you know, it's nice to see him up on his feet, because it was a nasty off, really.
It was, yeah. He straightened up, didn't he? He was going towards the fence there, and you can testament to the fact that that is not a nice place to be.
No, it's not, you know, because you go in fast there, you know. But like I say, it's great to see him on his feet, and hopefully he can take his place in the rerun, because that was set to be a big one.
It was, yeah, and let's hope he is okay. I mean, he seems to be walking on it okay at the moment. He's obviously got no boot on that leg at the moment, but he, you know, he's smiling again. He's smiling, he's happy, he looks ready to go, doesn't he? You can never tell.
Well, he doesn't look ready to go. He looks a bit like a Michelin man right now.
Well,
I think he's got to let his gas canister off, and hopefully he's got a good sponsor for gas canisters, because he's gone through a couple tonight.
He certainly has, and yeah, I think that the way that Cooper gets stuck in, I think he'll probably have a good sponsor there. But let's keep an eye on what's going on here, because he's back in the pits now, and he's going to put his boot back on and hopefully go out in this rerun. Immediately started smiling again, Cooper. He's a very happy lad.
Yeah, well, that's what when you don't want to be anything else at this age, do you? You want to be coming to the race and really enjoying it, and they're just hard at work. See there, look, the belt drive again. So they'll be making sure there's no shelling around there, making sure it's the right tension, because any material in that, and you could drop a belt, which would be a great shame. But I see they're also hard working out here, just getting the air fence back secure as well. So we won't be underway until 1, Cooper is ready, and 2, the air fence is sorted.
Yeah, so there's a conversation with Neil Vatcher going on here, so I'm just wondering what this conversation might be. Are they preparing the spare bike there? I see that Carl, his dad's gone over to...
Yeah, I'm just not sure, because Cooper looks okay, but Neil Vatcher's got his race jacket, so...
Well, there we go. They are getting that second bike ready by the looks of it. So we're hearing that the second bike doesn't have the setup that they really want for this sort of track. So that's what the conversation is. They're worried that Cooper's second bike isn't set up for the circuit.
Oh, okay, so he's probably bent his forks a little bit, possibly, but it did go, oh, maybe the front wheel?
I'm just having a look there and changing some things over. So there's a mad rush now to get that other bike set up. You can see that they're refueling that one.
It looks to me they're refueling the first bike, so maybe he's got a front wheel issue and they're going to swap front wheels possibly. That looks like what they're doing to me. That looks like they're about to swap front wheels. So now with the races on, that's Seth Norman's dad there, Steve, that we had a lot of good times with when he was mechanicking for us all at Coventry when we won the league.
Yeah, and he's working hard on there. He looks like he's wearing William Cairns.
Yeah, that's it.
But
they're all very friendly, these guys. They've grown up together from the grass track, from the youth speedway, so they all get on very well. I know when they put the helmets on, it gets down to business, but they're all pretty good friends, which is good to see.
Yeah, so I think we can definitely say this is the bike that they're going to be using. The other bike's not suitable for this, and. Yeah, have a look at that front end there. I can't see anything particularly amiss.
No, I can't see overly bent, but I'm just guessing they buckled a front wheel. That's the only thing I can put it down to, is possibly a front wheel buckled.
Yeah.
They're working frantically on that bike because obviously that's his bike that they've got going really good round here. Whether he started on that bike, I'm not sure, but he definitely has upped his game, and look, you got riders there going to help him. You know, that just goes to show how good this event is.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like you said there, and I know a lot of these lads. They're from the grass track. Well, they all have grown up together. Cooper there, Max Perry, and certainly Mickie SIMPSON. They've all been involved in grass track and speedway for their whole lives, really. So that, you know, when all of this sort of thing is needed, they all get involved and help each other. So we are hearing that they feel that if Cooper goes through here, if Cooper races, he could actually still qualify. So he's currently on
4 points.
He's on 4 points. So if he won the race, he'd then be on 7.
I'm guessing
with 2 wins.
I'm guessing what it means.
Yeah, here it is on the screen now. So you can see there that at the moment 7 points. So Senna SUMMERS, Stene PIJPER, and Jody SCOTT and Mickie SIMPSON are all on 7. None of them have won 2 races. So if Cooper was to go out and win this last ride, it would give him 7 with 2 race wins.
Yeah, and then there's obviously a really tough ride coming up where somebody on 7 or 8 points is going to run a last place in Heat 20 because... So, yeah, I guess so. And the referee is there on just taking a view on the work that's going on the bikes. And if Cooper Rushen qualifies to the British Under-21 Championship from the start he had of this meeting, talk about sneaking in under the radar.
Yeah, it's not his usual style. He's been just going out and winning everything at the moment. But yeah, this is certainly, if you're going to do it the hard way, I don't think there's a particularly harder way. But of course, he's got to beat the meeting leader.
Yes,
to do
but
that.
he made the start in the last one.
Yeah.
And he'll be confident. He's a confident young kid. You've seen that in your pre-match interview. He's very confident. So he'll be thinking, yeah, I can make this. I can get there.
So we're on Heat 19 here, and this has suddenly got very, very interesting, hasn't it? We sort of we'd counted out Cooper as a contender, but then he made that gate and he's on 7. He's wincing in a little bit of pain there. He is going to be, that adrenaline is going to be pumping for this one, isn't it?
You've got Mark Phillips, the Plymouth promoter, even in there, helping you know, the youngsters. You know, it's great to see. You know, obviously we have Ben Trigger here for Plymouth Gladiators, but you know, everyone's in there helping him because they know not just how exciting it is, how important it is as well for him to be out there.
Yeah, and certainly the referee, as we saw, keeping an eye on things here. He was looking out over what was going on just now, and
it's quite funny. You see Neil Vatcher there. Neil Vatcher actually mechanic for me last year at Cardiff.
Oh wow!
I was lucky to do the test day at Cardiff.
Yeah.
And I said, Vatch, I can do it, but I haven't got my mechanic or nothing. He said, Ben, you turn up with your bikes, I'll help you. So I was there and he helped me. It was a brilliant experience up there at Cardiff, testing the Millennium Stadium, which I'm glad to say I done last year because it will never be ridden on again.
Absolutely, yeah. It was, and you've ridden there a couple of times.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times as reserve, up 3 maybe 3.
Yeah.
But there's great achievements of, you know, that's what I look, you know, some of the great achievements I've had.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But 2 minutes has just gone on, so there'll be a big rush still in them pits, I'm sure, to get Cooper's bike running, and he'll be out here battling for that all-important 3 points.
Yeah, this is a big race here. Luke Killeen, if he wins this race, he wins the meeting.
It's also a big ask to have a crash like that.
Absolutely.
Pick yourself up off the deck and come out and repeat that start.
Yeah.
So, but he's fearless. He's 15. He'll have a go.
So here he is. I think he was apologising to the cameraman for bumping him on the way out there as well. So he's nearly run our cameraman over and he's apologising and nearly crashed the bike whilst apologising.
Yeah, so the bike survived the crash, but yeah, no.
But he couldn't stand up to our cameraman. So
here they are now, all 4 riders back at the tapes.
Here we go then, Heat 19. What an exciting prospect this is. Luke Killeen off the inside here in Gate 1. If he wins this, he wins the meeting. Off of Gate 2 is the reserve, Harry Fletcher in blue. Cooper Rushen off of Gate 3 in white, and Sam McGURK off the outside in Gate 4 in yellow. Sam McGURK needs a good ride here to keep himself in that top 8. Cooper Rushen could possibly, with a heat win, could possibly squeeze his way into that top 8. There is a lot to race for here, and we have seen Cooper Rushen have a spectacular crash in the first running of this Heat 19. Just to be up and on the bike is a miracle, but to be facing this prospect of potentially qualifying, that is the measure of the man.
Here we go.
Here we go then, Heat 19. Tapes up, away they go, and Cooper Rushen has made a good start once again. Once again they've touched, and again Cooper Rushen has gone into the fence. It's almost exactly what happened in the first running.
I mean, luckily there it wasn't as bad impact, but Cooper is making these starts from Gate 3, and it's all 4 back again, which, you know, they're just getting there at the same time. But what do you do?
Well, Cooper's not happy, and his dad, their car, is not happy either. I think they feel that once again they got over the front of Luke Killeen, and Luke Killeen has ridden hard. So they are arguing with each other here, and that's being stopped quite quickly. Obviously, we don't want tempers to flare too much. I think Luke Killeen is going back to see what's going on here.
Yeah, no, I mean, Luke's better off to stay out here and just get his head on it. Mark Courtney, he's actually got Mark Courtney in his pit corner, Luke has. I've just seen that, and Jamie Robertson, an ex-rider as well.
Yeah, and they've pulled him back. He's back on the bike and focused. So, I mean, that probably is one of the worst things that could have happened there for Cooper.
But he made it again from Gate 3. But I'm finding it hard, like sometimes you make it like that. He made that start again, come across, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult situation, this one, isn't it? Because of, you know, what are your thoughts on it, Ben? Because of he's made the gate. He's tried to come across the front of him. What would you do in Cooper's situation? What would you do in Luke's situation?
If I'm Cooper, I'm coming across. You know, I've made the start. I've come from the worst starting, and I'm coming across. I'm well within my right to do that. And if I'm Luke, I'm not giving in. So it's one of them. But Luke, the one thing I will say is Luke has qualified.
Yeah.
Is he better off thinking, don't worry about winning the meeting? If he's going to keep coming across, I don't need a big crash this early in the season. If he runs to second place, he's got to run off with William Cairns.
Yeah.
So, is that the end of the world? Not really. You don't want to be getting injured, but I understand why he's putting it in there, and I would be doing the same, but So it looks like, just been informed in my earpiece that Cooper Rushen might not be coming in the rerun. It'll be Charlie Southwick in white, which is a shame for Cooper because he's battled hard. He's done the hard work there twice, and and he's now going to withdraw from the meeting.
That is a real shame there, but I'm not surprised. I mean, he had a really scary looking accident in the first running, and they got the bike sorted, and then in the second running, almost exact carbon copy. I don't think he had quite such a nasty spill, but almost exactly the same thing happened again, and I think that they've just decided enough is enough. And Cooper, he's at the back of the pits there. He doesn't look particularly happy. The adrenaline's starting to wear off, and that is the sign of a man who has had enough. Yeah,
but I got a feel for the kid. He's made the start twice off a gate 3, which has not been overly great, but he's made it twice. He struggled at the beginning of the meeting, had a big off over there. I mean, he's been on the deck 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Picked himself up and was looking to win Heat 19 to give himself a chance to qualify. So the 2 minutes is now going on with the 4 riders, with the 2 reserves in, with the 2 riders not able to take their part.
Yeah, so we get 2 reserves instead here, and a chance for us to look at both of those reserves to get a ride. Luke Killeen here coming out, and potentially he's still got to contend with Sam McGURK, who's been going well.
And what I'm going to say is Sam McGURK is looking at this now thinking, okay, it was, his ride's got a little bit easier with no Cooper Rushen, with the 2 reserves obviously with less experience and things like that. So he's looking to pick up maybe a 2 points here, and that puts pressure on the next race even more. I'm looking forward to Heat 20, I can't say.
So then we are going to have the lineup here for the 3rd rerun here of Heat 19, and fraught with reserves here. But that rider there on the inside in red, that is Luke Killeen. In blue there is Harry Fletcher, and in white is Charlie Southwick, and then the rider in yellow off the outside here once again is Sam McGURK.
Charlie Southwick, just going, is someone we see here week in, week out at Plymouth, coming down for second halves, and he's in the National League side. So, and this will be his first competitive race around the Coliseum.
It is, yeah. So he's had some laps here, so he could potentially be interested for him. It'll be a good yardstick for him going into the season at this point. But so we're it feels like we're simmering a little bit here because of what happens with Cooper, and it got very exciting for a moment, but still there's lots to race for here. Once again, to remind you, a win for Killeen here, sees him win the meeting outright as tapes go up, away they go, and it is Luke Killeen who makes a fabulous start. Sam McGURK is the rider that's attacking him around the outside, he switches up the inside, but it's Luke Killeen who leads.
Charlie Southwick at the back there, just running in really hot on the outside of Harry Fletcher. But like you say, Luke Killeen out front looking really good. Harry Fletcher's in trouble and gone down. Looks like he's going to get up and clear the track, which is great. So that slots Charlie Southwick into 3rd place. And the race, they thought they've seen a red light, but there's been no red light. So now, this could be crucial. The flagman put the red flag out, and Sam McGURK is looking to win the ride. Luke Killeen is going to finish 2nd.
Well, this is
I've seen
here.
Neil Vatcher down there. He's going nuts. So I don't know what to do right now. I don't know who to say who's won the ride.
We've never seen this. Luke Killeen is clearly furious with what's just gone on. He's turned around and is coming back to say what's happened. The red flag was out, but there was no red light, so Luke Killeen went to stop. Sam McGURK carried on. Sam McGURK took the lead, and we have, it certainly doesn't feel like a satisfactory ending at all here.
No, well, Sam McGURK though, you don't stop until you see the red lights. And he's carried on.
They'd call that playing for the whistle, I suppose.
That's
but you can see here Killeen, he's saying, I saw the red flag, and so we're hearing that they're going to rerun the race. So we're going to see Heat 19 again at this point. And Harry Fletcher virtually has had a full meeting here in blue.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Neil. He's over having a go at the start marshal, and really, he just seen a rider crash and thought he wasn't going to clear the track. So it's an honest mistake. But now we've got a rerun.
Yeah.
And William Cairns is out helping Sam McGURK. So you know what William is looking for? He's looking for a great start, calling his engine down. But
well, this meeting has been relatively straightforward until this Heat 19.
Yeah, it's been simple. Now we've got a plot twist.
Goodness me! How hard is it to get a result here in Heat 19? We've got Harry Fletcher and Charlie Southwick. Harry Fletcher. This will be his. I think I make this his 4th start, so he's basically done a whole meeting. Yeah, well, that's it. It's just go out and enjoy it. And they're going back in now for some reason or another, but I don't really know why. But it's good the boys are getting out there, getting involved, and all the riders are helping who they want to win. Is quite funny. Yeah, William Cairns is offering tips to Harry Fletcher as well there. So, yeah, an interesting end. And Ben Trigger out here in front of us, he's having a look at the track because it's been ages since he's been on the track here. So there's Harry Fletcher having a chat with Jamie Etherington, being refueled. We're on to 2 minutes here for Heat 19. So we've got a rerun, and another one. And that would be because we've got there. Look at that. We've got on with the sling Stene PIJPER there. So yeah, clearly an arm or a collarbone injury there for Stene PIJPER.
If I just seen he had a big mark on the back of his left shoulder.
Yeah.
So that's where he's come down. I mean, he come down. He done a freestyle front flip, back flip, with just didn't get a 10 for landing, but he got a 10 for effort. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't nice at all to see, but good to see he's up. Thumbs up as well. But I think he'll probably be out for a little bit, which is a shame for Stene because he's been getting lots of dates. He was at Berwick at the weekend and he looked good, looked on the pace. So yeah, it'll be frustrating certainly for Stene PIJPER to stop at this point. So Luke Killeen back onto the circuit, focused once again, and this is a real mind test for Luke Killeen. He knows what he's got to do. Yeah, he's had to do it 4 times. Just say a big point here. Harry Fletcher got up and continued. Yeah, yeah. And that just goes to show how important that is. Yeah. Getting up and continuing, because now he's back in the rerun. Yeah. If he had pulled into the centre green, he wouldn't have been in the rerun. So, all credit to him, picking himself up and carrying on. Absolutely. So here they come to the start gate once again. So to remind you, I think we're on the 5th rerun here of Heat 19. It is Luke Killeen once again off of that inside. And if Luke Killeen ever gets to the end of this race, if he wins it, he wins the meeting. If he doesn't, if he runs a second, he's got another ride. Yeah, that's true. He could still win the meeting. So in blue there is Harry Fletcher. In white is Charlie Southwick. And in yellow there off the outside is once again Sam McGURK. Those are the 4 that are coming to tapes here. We've lost Cooper Rushen in amongst all of this. He did start Heat 19. They had 2 accidents there. And now we've got Charlie Southwick. Luke Killeen once again. He was out in front. He saw a red flag and stopped. Once again off they go. And he's made a good start. Sam McGURK this time has got over the front of him though. Luke Killeen leads narrowly. Sam McGURK is in that 2nd place. Yeah, Sam McGURK is in 2nd place. Charlie Southwick is in 3rd. Harry Fletcher just got out of shape at the back. But Luke Killeen, I thought that Sam McGURK was going to actually make it round the first corner in front, but just didn't quite get there. But Luke Killeen looks picture perfect up front and looks to win this meeting if he stays on. Yeah, he certainly does, and it's testament to his mental health here because he's had to deal with an awful lot here in this Heat 19. I'm impressed with Charlie Southwick. He is well on the pace in 3rd place. Yeah, he really is, and that's so good to see. And Plymouth, the junior team of Plymouth should be looking at that thinking that's going to be great. So Luke Killeen coming out of the final bend to win the British semi-final down here at Plymouth. So he's delighted with that. I'm sure he is. There is a difficult way to win a meeting, but Luke Killeen is the winner this evening. He takes that win in Heat 19 at long last, and he has had to put up with an awful lot there to get himself that win. So congratulations to Luke Killeen. He is the winner of this under-21 semi-final, under-21 qualifier here. He is delighted. He pops a wheelie down the back straight. He's certainly been made to work for this one, Luke Killeen. Yeah, he has. But I would just like to have a massive shout out there to Charlie Southwick. Didn't didn't move a muscle until heat 19. Parade to heat 19, didn't do nothing. Come out and really was on the pace with the big boys.
Yeah, he certainly was, and there's the confirmation there of Luke Killeen there. 14 points, only dropped the 1 point all evening. He takes the meeting win, but we've still got a little bit to sort out here with the rest of the order here going into this heat 20. Jody Scott there, he's in this heat 20. He's on 7 points. A good ride here could get him in. Senna Summers is in danger there. He's only on 7. Ben Trigger is in danger as well. This, as you've said, Ben, is important. And here is the lineup for heat 20. Freddy Hodder off the inside in gate 1. He's in red. Jody Scott off of gate 2 in blue. Ben Trigger gate 3 in white. Senna Summers in yellow off of gate 4. This is all to play for.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody who runs a last place in this is really at danger. So points are crucial. And Ben Trigger, the track for home favourite here, will be looking to come off at gate 3. But it's a tough place to come from this time in the meeting. Freddy Hodder started the meeting really going well and then had 2 third places. So he'll be looking to put the cat amongst the pigeons and fire himself with another win.
So Ben Trigger and Freddy Hodder both on 8 points going into this race, and the other 2 riders both on 7 points, Senna Summers and Jody Scott. That is the bubble for qualification for this final. This race is absolutely all to play for here. This will decide who will go to
and
that
Freddy
final.
Hodder has stalled his bike at the start line. I don't think he had his cutout on correctly.
So that will impact his start procedure, no doubt. But
I think his start was ready, but he didn't have his cutout actually around his wrist. So he was asking the start marshal for help. By that time, the bike had stalled. So, but now he's got it running again, and he looks to come to the tapes for Heat 20.
Heat 20, here we go. Heat 20, where the final places will be decided here. Will it be Freddy Hodder who wins this one from the inside? Will Ben Trigger do the winning? Will it be Senna Summers? Off they go, tapes go, and it's Ben Trigger that's made a fabulous start. It's Ben Trigger that leads. Jody Scott is in that second place, but Summers is coming around the outside. And at the moment, desperate at the back is the rider in red.
Yeah, absolute great start there from Ben Trigger. Just what he needed, being sat on 8 points and not, or everyone in danger. There we go, Jody Scott's in second place as well, and Freddy Hodder is at the back. So this could be really tough when he gets down to the points on who's going to do what.
This could be really tough for Freddy Hodder. We're not sure it's that tight. We're not sure at the moment until we have a proper look at it, because Freddy Hodder is there on 8 points. He's had 2 wins. He's had 2 thirds, and now he's out the back. But look at Ben Trigger at the front. He is absolutely flying in this one.
Yeah, no, he's looking good. He made the start and done all the hard work, and he's going to see himself go to the British final.
Yeah, he confirms his place there with a fabulous Heat 20 win. A great win there for Ben Trigger in Heat number 20. He wheelies down the back straight. He's delighted with that. He will end the night on 11 points and right up in amongst it. That's a great result for Ben Trigger, the hometown hero here in this race. Plenty of the fans around the track pleased with that one. So Ben Trigger gets the 3 points there in white, 2 points there to Jody Scott in blue, 1 point to Senna Summers in yellow. No score there for Freddy Hodder in red. So let's have a look. So it's Senna Summers who misses out there. Desperate for Senna Summers, who ends up in that 9th place.
But is there a runoff?
Because they're tied on points.
Because I do see a runoff section in our programme. I'm not sure whether there's a runoff for the final position or it goes on countback.
Well, Freddy Hodder's had 2 wins and Senna Summers had 1. So I'm assuming that on countback, that would mean that that Senna misses out. But Ben Trigger, no doubt about that, he goes through. That's a great performance from him this evening on his home track. He must be delighted with that. Well done to him. Well done to Luke Killeen as well for his win. But we've got our 8 riders for the final.
I'm just seeing that they're all, the Clark of the Cloth and Neil Vatcher in shot there are looking at this in depth. And it'll be interesting to see, whether it does become a runoff or for the 8th or not. I'm not sure. I think it was going to for the podium, but not for the final 8, but we'll see.
Well, we'll wait and get official word, and we'll keep an eye on things here. But certainly there's been some great racing, Ben, particularly in the second sort of stage, the later stage of the meeting.
Yeah, the track here really has been developing and producing great racing as the meeting goes on. and I'm just trying to kind of get my I'm trying to sneak around the corner and see what's going on, but I can't really see anything, but we'll just have to see what's going on.
Well, lots of the crowd are starting to file out of here, but we think that it's over. You can see that the next away meeting here is the BSN Series Southern, and that's the Gladiators going to Oxford on Wednesday, Ben. And that's something that I know that you're all very excited about.
I won't be there.
Yep.
I won't be there with my dislocated shoulder on Saturday, so I'm not sure what facility we're using, but I'm not sure what's going on at the moment, whether we're going to get a run-off. But like I said, I won't be there on tomorrow. I might be travelling. I might travel to support the boys. It will depend on, I've got a couple of hospital appointments, different scans and different things. There's a lot of buzz and movement around the pit phone box. I'm not sure if the referee's down here. I'm not sure whether there is going to be a runoff for this final position, which, you know, is count back the fairway to do it. I'm unsure. I mean, the boys have all battled hard, and maybe it's best it's settled on track, but I'm not sure.
Well, we're still waiting to see, and we're sort of looking towards. We were looking towards the next meetings being on the screen, but we're still not sure what's going on down here. We can see that that there are lots of riders around the phone down in the pits. As you can see, lots of the crowd have started to file out, but there are still some crowd here. I think that the problem is around this 8th place. I think that 8th place is not clear cut. There's a tie on points, and as we said, Freddy HODDER. Senna SUMMERS there is missing out in 9th at the moment on countback. You did see the graphic on your screens not long ago. On the 10th of May, we will see racing here, and that will be live on BSN. Have you had some answers?
Yeah, so I just ran down in the pits and seen what the fuss was about, and there's going to be no runoff, so the meeting, they were your top scorers, and they were your 8 qualifiers. So that means, obviously, we can now officially announce that Killeen was the winner of the meeting. William Cairns second.
Great stuff.
And it might have been Ben Trigger third, I'm not sure.
Great stuff. Well, I'm going to head off with the microphone then, Ben, and leave you up here for a moment and see if I can grab a word with some of these riders.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just looking now and looking across onto the centre green, and a few of the riders coming out, a few injured, a few wounded. But what a great night's entertainment from these guys, considering some of them are only 15. You know, it really, really was a good meeting, and hopefully the injured riders all have a speedy recovery. I know Gareth is just running across the centre green now. He's probably about to come in shot to try and get some interview with some of the guys. But what a great advert for British Speedway, especially the British Under-21 Speedway. And it's quite good to see them still out looking at the track, so like kind of learn something for next time. But you know, it was a great night's racing from all. I mean, Mark's done a great job hosting the event. So we're going to go over to Gareth now, and over to you, Gareth.
Right, cheers. So we're having a look round. The podium's being made ready here. You can see a few of the riders that said it's like the walking wounded down here. Stene PIJPER is over there in a sling. He's had a tough night, but it's been a tough night all round. But some great performances here. We've got riders getting excited. So I don't want to interrupt the podium at this point. So we'll just wait and see what's happened. But we've got Ben Trigger, William Cairns and Luke Killeen over here. The PIJPER lads are having a look at the gate behind us. So obviously it's been a tough night, and we've got several riders. We've got Ben. So Ben Trigger's wandered over to us, but we don't want to interrupt the podium. So Ben, I know you are, but very quickly, let's talk to you about your evening. That's gone to plan.
I suppose. I mean, I wanted a better result. You know, I want to be on top of the box, but I got
You got to go. Yeah, we knew it happened. So well done to Ben. Fabulous performance tonight. We will try and grab him in a minute when he's finished that. Third place this evening for Ben. He receives his bottle of whatever from Barry Bishop. And he'll be, well, he said just then he wasn't particularly pleased with third place, but he wanted to win it, which is what it's like for these young riders. Ben's already trying to get the champagne ready. So William Cairns, second place this evening, looked good all evening. He's not finished lower than second all evening, so he has been absolute quality here this evening. He'll be delighted, I'm sure. So Luke Killeen wins the under-21 qualifier. That extraordinary turn of events in Heat 19 is how it all ended, and we'll see if we can grab a quick word in for some of these riders. We'll see if we can catch Ben again, because Ben, we were interrupted by the podium, which we knew would happen, but all three of these riders, plus the other 5 who have qualified, will go through to the final now. And I think we need to all take cover quickly. So lots of things going on here with these 3 riders. We would obviously love to get a chat with them, but as you can see, they're very busy at the moment, tasting the champagne. I think that Luke Killeen was my pick for this evening. I'll check with Ben in a minute when I go back there, but I'm pretty sure that I win that bet, so I'll take that. But I'm hoping that all of these photos will be done. We can have a quick grab of a word, and then we can say goodnight for this evening here on Gladiators TV. So let's go over and quickly grab a chat. Ben, we were chatting to you just now. Third place, you said that you wanted to win it, though.
Yeah, obviously, I always want to win meetings, and if you spoke to me after my third ride, I was pretty down. Obviously, I had a second, and then obviously finished off with the win, so it's always good to finish off the win. And obviously on the podium, which I said before the meeting as well. But I mean, yeah, I can't be too displeased with my performance. But obviously, just being a hometown boy, I wanted it to be better as well. So take it on the chin, move on, and progress. And now on to the final. Yeah, indeed. That's going to be a nice old travel up to Glasgow after we have Plymouth the night before. So yeah, look forward to the final and seeing what I can do up there as well. Well done, Ben. Great night tonight. Great to see you up on the podium. And we're going to go. They're all going back to the pits quickly, Paul. We need to go and grab Luke quickly before we go off air. We'll grab him quickly. I'm sure I can just grab him. He'll want to go off and celebrate, but we'll try and get the winner. I'll just go over and stop him. Luke, I'm going to speak to you one last time if it kills me. Wait for my cameraman to catch up. We've got to get a word with this man. Well, you won it overall, but my goodness, that was drama, wasn't it?
Oh, I think 8th time's the charm now, but no, we had a few goes in that last heat and it paid off in the end.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying your mental capacity there to have to keep focus. You knew you had to win that race to win it. You didn't want the run-off, I'd imagine.
No, I think Will's form definitely picked up as the meeting went on, and I think mine personally dropped off. So I think if it came down to a run-off, I'm not sure I would have been on that top step tonight.
Well, you've been absolutely fantastic tonight, so well done for this, but on to the final.
Yeah, that's it. We switch focus now and, head up to Glasgow.
Great stuff. Thanks, Luke. Well done for tonight. Brilliant job. I think we've got bikes coming onto the track to warm up. Mitchell Clough's going up for a warm-up, so I think we will head off the track. But on behalf of Gladiators TV, thank you very much for joining us for this British Under-21 qualifier, and hopefully we will see you trackside very, very soon.